What's going on, Footy Culture family? Back in the building with an exciting week of football ahead. Champions League finals coming up. Conference League final actions coming up. Europa League final just passed. So it's been an eventful couple weeks of football. Some managerial shuffles, some player transfers, and just some drama all around in the football world. But I want to start with something very emotional to me.
Talk to us.
Tottenham Hotspur have won a trophy.
Damn. Wild. Say it ain't so.
They have ended their trophy drought, first trophy since 2008. And I want to just ask a quick question. In the last decade or so, modern era, is Tottenham a bigger club than Arsenal? Think about it. Spurs now have 3 Europa League trophies. Actually, let me even rephrase the question a little bit. Does Spurs have more European pedigree than Arsenal?
Next season, all we're going to hear is champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. And for a fact, bro, Tottenham have their European trophy. Something that Arsenal does not. They got that over them. I'm sure Arsenal fans are going to talk about, we had the Invincibles, blah, blah, blah. But who cares, man? It's all about the European pedigree. And Arsenal don't have that.
Spurs fans stepping up.
I mean, look, the facts are in the pudding, man. Spurs have 3 Europa League trophies now. Arsenal have 0 Europa Leagues and 0 Champions Leagues.
Would you trade? How many Europa League trophies would you trade for an invincible season?
Probably all of them.
Yeah, but
realistically,
again, 3 Europa League trophies means 3 times celebrating a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Invincible's 1 trophy.
But
they're still celebrating it per se.
Yeah,
but you can't hang on that forever, man.
They're going to.
But is that valid?
Bro, Arsenal fans clinging on to that Invincible season is like that one meme picture of the Gucci bag, like the backpack, and it's just hanging by a thread, and it's like, just give it up, bro. Just give it up. Arsenal fans, y'all gotta give it up, man. It's been how many years?
A lot.
Since what, 02?
Since what? The league?
The Invincibles.
04.
04, there you go. It's been a long
over
time,
20
man.
years.
Over 20 years. Just give it up, man. We don't care. We don't care.
What I saw, shout out to Rey Mysterio here.
I love it.
I saw a TikTok. Someone saying, who had a better season? Arsenal finishing in 2nd or Tottenham finishing in 17th but winning the Europa League? Let's be real. Who won the best? Who had a better season?
Let's be realistic here. Arsenal had the better season. They finished what, 2nd?
Whoa!
2nd in the Premier League.
So what you're saying is they were the number 1 loser.
It doesn't matter. If we're going off, they've had more wins throughout the year.
That culminated in nothing.
Spurs came 4th last in the Prem.
And won a major European trophy.
Yes, but if they didn't win that,
but they did. You just said if they didn't win it, they did.
Yeah, but if they didn't.
But
that's
we're not talking about
it's
if
one of
they
the
didn't,
worst
they did.
seasons ever.
And if Arsenal didn't finish 2nd and finish 1st, they'd be champions, but they're not.
Still Arsenal.
On what grounds?
They both made champions. Yeah, they don't have a trophy.
Wait. Yeah. They're in the same bucket.
maybe
Spurs made Champions
maybe
League like Arsenal did.
Financially, Arsenal probably did better.
Okay, but we're talking about on the pitch.
Financial is part of it too.
Nah,
Yeah, that's how they won.
I
They
don't
won
think so.
financially.
I don't know,
think
man.
so.
It's tough to get the Spurs. I don't know. I know they won Europa League, but 4th last.
But we also saw one of the coldest quotes ever come to fruition.
That's not
Ange
cold,
Postecoglou.
That's not a cold
I
quote.
usually win things in my 2nd season, mate.
That's not a cold quote to me.
Really?
It's a pretty cold.
Is that the saltiness
Man,
speaking?
I'm the United fan here, dressed in red and yellow. El Diablo Rojo, as they would call me, in the ring.
I think they need him on the pitch, man.
I mentioned it since they changed the rules for the Europa League. United or Tottenham would not have been in that finals if it was the same structure as it was last year.
Oh, 100%.
And the fact that, and not to say, okay, maybe Arsenal wouldn't have been in the finals if the Champions League wasn't in the same group stage as it was last year as well. But for them, they were still coming up against strong competition, beating Real Madrid home and away. They beat them in the away fixture too, right? Guys, they were in the semifinals against one of the best teams in the world in PSG, in form, great new team, great new talent. And yeah, it just shows they probably made more money than Spurs did coming into the finals and winning the Europa
Yeah,
League.
probably by a lot.
They got obviously 2nd in the Prem, semifinals in the Champions League, right? Although you can't compare to me. That Spurs team, embarrassing to watch in that finals, I want to hear what you guys' opinions are because you guys didn't talk about
No,
the
it was a
actual game itself.
Boring final.
Boring final from both teams. What can you say for United? We tried our best. It's hard to come against a team that's literally defending with 10 guys. United doesn't have the players to facilitate the score and break that line. And Spurs just luckily got enough an own goal. And winning the game with less possession, less shots, no shot on target, I saw. For me, that's an embarrassing season for them. Spurs fans can be as happy as they want. You guys can say Ange is the coldest manager for his little quote there, but I don't know. To me, that was like an embarrassing win. And if that Europa League tournament structure was the same as last year, United and Spurs wouldn't have been in the finals to me.
Oh, 100%.
To me, that's what I
100%.
think. And I feel like that was just like, here, like, congrats. You won like one of the weakest tournaments in all of Europe in the past how many years now. It was like handed to them.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they had to beat Bodo Glimt in the semifinals.
Yeah, like you beat Bodo Glimt in the semis and you beat the worst ever United side, like probably in their history, to win a trophy.
Yeah, but
What does that really?
it doesn't
say?
matter.
It does.
No.
Not really.
It doesn't
Not
matter.
really.
Like it doesn't
History
matter.
remembers the winners. You're not
Yeah,
gonna remember
yeah.
their route in 20 years.
It
No,
doesn't-
you'll
yeah.
remember that the fact that Spurs won this title, finishing right above relegation.
I don't think people remember that in 20 years.
People remember.
Okay, but will people remember Arsenal's second place triumph in 20 years?
No,
And
but to me,
you remember history remembers the winners, not the
to
losers.
me, history, Arsenal will always be a better team than Spurs, no matter what, in how many years to come, because they'll always be considered a top contending team for how many years now, finishing top 4. Although they had a weak stint when I forgot who was there, but they've been a competitive team, best team. Although Chelsea obviously winning the trophies in Europe and in the league as well. Arsenal have been competing, and they've shown that they can still compete in the years to come. Whereas Spurs, man, I don't know where they're going to be next year. They're going to get knocked out right away in the first round of Champions League.
Never know.
They're not.
I don't know.
But they still got a trophy.
Yeah.
They got
And Arsenal didn't.
At the end of the day, you could only face what's in front of you. It's not like Tottenham chose to face these weaker teams. It's what they had to do. So, like, what? Like,
But
is it Tottenham's fault that they faced a weak Man U?
Isn't it
Like,
embarrassing
no.
that like you kind of like not that they threw the league, but like you literally came in last place of the league and you came out of winning a trophy in Europe?
That's crazy.
Like,
It is pretty crazy.
Would you be saying the same thing?
yes,
with
I would
United?
have. It's literally everyone said it. Like it's embarrassing. I said it too. If United
But
win
would
this
you have celebrated if they won?
of course, but
So Spurs have a right
but-
to celebrate.
But like from the day when I said neither of these teams would have been here in the finals if the structure did not change for the Europa League.
Yeah.
But
none
it,
of the- none
but
of
it
the
did
teams would have been
change, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They got to bring
It's-
back the old
You can
one.
only do
But
what you
but
got
what-
to do.
is it right though? Is it okay to see teams win Europa League trophies now, Conference League trophies that are coming
Well,
in
It's
bottom half over the table?
It's the way it is, right?
Should we be taking what Arsene Wenger seriously? Should these teams not be allowed to be qualified to Champions League if they're literally throwing the league just to win a trophy?
Yeah, but then again, like we saw Sevilla getting dropped from the Champions League almost every season to go down to Europa League, and the amount of times that they've won it, could you say that's really fair? In that
But
aspect?
they were dropping down from the Champions League anyway, so they're already.
No,
in
that's what he's
Champions
saying.
No, like they were in Champions League, but dropping down because of how the format
They would
was.
get third place every year.
League. Yeah, but that's that's what it was. That's just
No,
how
That's,
it
and this is how it is now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
what he's
format.
saying.
but when Sevilla was doing that, they weren't the only team dropping down. There was also a lot of like good teams that were dropping down.
But
with
they
them,
clearly
so the
favored from
quality
that.
was higher.
But that just shows that
Quality
those,
was higher.
those
Yeah.
teams coming from Europa League are clearly big factors of who's coming out with the trophy end of the season.
This was it was easier to win this Europa League than it was in
Okay,
previous.
but
100%.
they still won it.
Yeah, no, I know they still won it.
Like every team that wins the World Cup from now forward, are you gonna say, oh, because it's 48 teams now, there's weaker teams,
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
as valid?
It's not that there's
That's a
weaker
totally
teams.
different scenario because like that would be like you saying like let's say the top 12 teams in the world don't play the World Cup.
Top 20,
Okay, I
top
guess.
30. Like,
Yeah.
I
look at
guess,
the
but
competition.
different.
I guess, but there's gonna be worse teams in the World Cup now. More opportunity to stat pad. Goal records will be shattered.
That's more so on goal records, not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
on like
not-
who
not-
wins it.
yeah, because
Okay,
at the end of the
I'm
day,
just
like,
bringing a cheeky like
the best-
example into it.
Yeah, but the best teams will still get there because all of the best teams are still playing in one competition. The quality of the Europa League now has just gone down because you don't have that kind of injection of like the bigger teams coming back down, right? So over time, like this is going to be the new normal, yes, but like obviously like it was a bit of a boring final. Like the final was so bad that I think they're probably reconsidering
Fair,
like,
but
changing the
again, no
structure
one's
back.
gonna remember how boring the final was in 20
People will.
years.
People will.
Again, like Chelsea won the Champions League 2012. You know what place they came in the league that year?
Yeah, they
Take a
finished
guess.
low.
Take a
Yeah,
guess.
low.
7th, 10th.
No, probably like
No,
13th.
no, they
14th.
came 8th.
Okay, so it's not that
Okay,
bad.
okay, but at that time, that was like whoa.
Well, 8th versus 17th.
Yeah,
man.
Okay, yes, but
Champions League.
but at that time, and you're winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
At that time, like I get, yeah, it's obviously a huge difference, 8th to 17th. But at that time, the Champions League winner coming in 8th, that was pretty monumental.
Like you're not playing farmers in Azerbaijan, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that,
no,
that
it's
to me
fair.
is still like okay. Like these,
But did you guys know that? No,
eighth.
you forget that.
Yeah, you forget things like that realistically, but like at the end of the day, like
how many
it's-
teams have come right out of relegations to win the trophy
Yeah, it happens.
None.
It happens from.
But
time
were
to
Spurs
time.
ever in the relegation zone during
No.
the season?
during
No.
the season?
The bottom 3 teams in the Prem were just so bad that like it wasn't even close. Like even between 17th and 18th, it wasn't close.
Okay, so but to close off this discussion, I would say it's 100% Spurs had a better season than Arsenal. Spurs won a trophy, Arsenal didn't. It's that simple.
No, I don't think so.
So do we as neutrals here, would you sack Arteta? Because this is how many years without a trophy, how many years getting second place, how many years that he was a favorite to win the trophy.
No, because at this,
I would sack him
no that
because you got Arsenal had a Europa League final too, and they couldn't win it.
no, but that's the same saying the same thing about Inzaghi. Are you sacking Inzaghi even though he was in 3 finals this season? Came out with nothing.
But he's won the league
He didn't win the league this year.
2 years ago,
Arsenal has
Last
been
year.
competing in the for top 2, and,
but they
how many
didn't
was
win
that?
though.
But they've been contenders.
But Arsenal have the budget of the century. Inzaghi's doing it with an Inter side with no budget.
Yeah, but
And
at
he
same
won the
time-
league.
But there's a difference in terms of levels of league itself compared to obviously the competition that Inzaghi's having to face in the league versus the competition that Arsenal has to face in the Premier League.
He's
Week in,
saying
week out.
Saudi has cheeks.
No, I'm not saying it's chic, but the competition week in, week out is definitely a lot more.
Honestly,
Competition's harder.
I would agree with you normally, but
It is.
Prem has been pretty bad.
Yeah, but at the same time, week in, week out, how many of those teams competing in the top 10? Man, even for Prem, probably top 15 are giving you a challenge every single week. There's really little rotation in the Prem.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't compare Inzaghi and Arteta. Inzaghi's won the league, made 2 Champions League finals, made a Europa League final with one of the worst owners, with garbage owners. Arteta gets everything he wants,
And
and he's
they're
cheeks.
still coming in. Man,
They're coming as the first place loser every year. But that's the reality. No trophy.
that's coming up against a team in Manchester City that has been top level 4 in a row, Champions League winners, bringing the best players in that team every single year. It's
What,
not
what
gonna-
about Liverpool?
Is it not? But Liverpool won it this season because of a poor Man City side.
So why couldn't
So it's
Arsenal win it this
Arsenal.
year?
Yeah.
Arsenal too. They had their fall off, but they had
Because-
injuries. Saka was out most of the season. Partey was a lot of the time.
But they started falling out before Saka even got hurt.
Yeah.
But hey, to me, making it in the finals of the Champions League versus the rest of the competition in that Champions League, Liverpool, they got knocked out by PSG early. They were top of the league in the Champions League. They got knocked out first round.
They both got knocked out by the same team though.
But
This happened.
Arsenal beat Real Madrid, which is, dude. If I were you,
I think Liverpool could be Madrid too. to be honest.
Spurs can't tie their shoes against Real Madrid.
No, definitely, yeah.
Liverpool also topped the group for like the group stage.
We
Yeah, that's
went.
what you said.
United went undefeated till the very last end of the tournament, and that's against that's a United team that's been atrocious all season.
Yeah.
In the Europa League, we went undefeated until the last game.
Yeah, Europa League's ass. But so did Lazio until they played Bodo Glimt in snow.
That pesky snowman.
So
I don't think
Lazio's kinda
Arteta
shit.
deserves a sacking. I don't think he obviously will get sacking. I think the team needs to find their proper number 9, which has been, they've been trying to work something out the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons almost. When's the last time they had a striker? I think the last guy was a Gabriel, but Gabriel hasn't done anything since he's been there.
So my
never-
question then is, how many second places? This is all hypothetical, obviously. How many times will Arsenal finish second place? That is too much now for
It's-
Arsenal.
I think if he gets a 9 this summer, he gets one more season. I think.
But we keep hearing that every year. One more season, one more
I know,
chance.
but I think like realistically, like eventually you have to draw the line in the sand, and I think
It's
I think
just-
this is the season because realistically speaking, they've bought every other player under the sun. They have like 10 left backs, they have their center backs, they have their keeper, they have their inverted fullbacks, they
Keeper
have all the
too, though.
midfielders they have. Right, you have your wingers. If you get your 9 this summer, and you can't win the league still, I think it's time to go.
This is reminding me a lot of Wenger when he was getting fourth place.
But he wasn't getting these signings though.
No, I
That's
know,
the
but I'm
difference.
saying, like, I remember Arsenal fans, yeah, give him one more year. But then it came to the point where he just keeps getting. No, I know he had nothing to work with, and Wenger's a lot better for manager than
Come on, man.
Arteta. But it's just like the scenarios.
Guy was playing with Koscielny and
Okay,
Murder.
that's what I'm trying to say. The scenario's the same,
Bro, the
So-
guy had Shamak up top, bro.
Shamak.
Yeah,
Back
the
at
scenario's
top,
the same though, because
Man, the league was
Fabianski
different.
and
It's not the
Back.
same
The
scenario.
it is.
It's not the same. It's not the same
It
scenario.
is the same scenario because
No,
he
it's
kept. Yes,
not.
it is. He keeps.
They're not. He wasn't expected to win it.
He keeps.
Our
Yes, they
Wenger.
were. They're
Not as heavy as
bro.
Arteta,
When you have
bro.
Wenger as your coach, you're
Yeah,
trying to
it's
win the
because
league.
of him. It's not because of
Yes.
the team. With Arsene, you expect him to win because of him. His
So
brilliance.
Arteta's not expected to win the league.
Because of his team. The team that he has right now is expected to win.
So then they should sack him then.
That's what I'm
yes,
saying,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh, I'm saying yeah
I think
too.
he has one more year. Yeah, he has one more year. If he doesn't win
Okay, but
if he doesn't win the league this year or Champions League, you have to sack him.
Like if you're giving me Arteta
You
with
have
the team that Arsene Wenger had, and they're competing for second place, like dude, keep this fucking guy. What the hell?
No,
But like it's this.
Hey, bro,
team's
I'm
big-
hearing-
it's the most expensive team in all
Yeah.
football.
And dude, like you hear the fans, and you hear people say, "Oh, Raya, top 5 keeper in the world, Timber, top 5 right back in the world,
Deckers.
best
Man, that-
center backs in the world, the pairing, both of them,
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, best
Ars-
midfielder in the world,
that's Arsenal fans.
Saka,
though.
Ballon d'Or." Like you hear these people talking
Put
about
the
this.
trophies on the table, bro.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like if you have this many world class, world 11 players, you have to win
That's
something.
Arsenal winning though. I don't.
No, it's Premier League fans too,
No,
man.
I don't- I
People
don't
say
know.
it.
No.
Yeah,
You
there's
see
a
it
lot of
all
discourse
over
on
the
it.
timeline.
this-
Yeah,
this-
Declan Rice, the best like regista on the
Yeah.
planet.
Dude, Saliba and Gabriel, best center back duo in the world.
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
Okay,
Win a
but
trophy.
Can you guys tell me straight up that this Arsenal team on paper is like okay? There's this is a top contending team every single season. They have to win trophies. No, Raya is not a world class goalie.
I would
As
say
much
so.
as people can say it.
He has,
Right,
he has a
right.
golden
Wait,
glove
wait,
though.
wait,
a
He has a
world-class
golden glove.
You
though.
also can't expect the whole team to be all stars.
No, of course not, but, okay.
Real Madrid doesn't have the best. The whole team's not the best players.
Man, that team is great.
Liverpool is not all the best players.
But
They
when's
have-
the
they
when's
have
the
some
last time we've
players.
seen an Arsenal side with okay, those three up top are scoring or winning you games every single game? Martinelli is invisible. Trossard only works when he comes in the 70th minute. There's no striker. They're playing with Moreno up top. Saka's been injured all season. Who's been playing on the right? I give it to him because with what he's able to deal with, I feel like he has a great midfield and a great defense.
Eh.
Yeah, but they spent a lot of money on the attack too. They've just been buying the wrong players.
Who?
What do you mean? Who?
Who did they buy?
They bought Havertz.
Okay, but again,
They bought
Havertz
Jesus.
was a Premier League
He
proven
was
player.
also injured for most.
Jesus as well. Like they spent money on these guys,
But-
right? Like
For what they
Trossard,
spent,
they
they
spent
obviously
money
weren't
too.
weren't worth it.
they've been buying all these. They bought like 3 6s in the last like 4 years as well, and they just bought another one, Zubamendi, right? So it's like they've been buying players, but it's like are you buying the right players? Like that's the thing. Like how many left backs have they bought in the last few years just to play an academy kid
Yeah.
as well, right?
Damn.
Like, so I think like they've been spending a lot of money, but maybe they're not spending in the right area. And then it always comes back to, oh, they need a 9, they need a 9. So I think that's why he gets one more year. You get him a 9, so you don't have that excuse anymore. And if you can't win the trophy with this team plus a world-class 9 that you're gonna bring in, then I think it's time to go. I think he needs to step down at that point. Don't even fire him. Make him step down.
So who's that 9 then? Who's changing Arsenal's season?
Or realistically speaking, like I don't know. The streets are saying Gyokeres. They were saying Isak before, but apparently Isak's staying now because they got Champions League, so he's running it back with Newcastle. After that, I don't know. Like, do you go for like a what's his name? Sheshko. Do you go for like a I don't even know. I don't even know who to name after that.
I think they gotta go somewhere.
Osimhen?
No,
Do you go for an Osimhen? Like
that's gonna be Chelsea signing.
Osimhen?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to Juve.
No, he's gonna go Prem.
I thought he was going to Juve.
Prem is gonna offer more than Juve.
Okay. Well, yeah. Do you go for Osimhen? Do you go like for one of these guys? Like, because I think you need to get a 9.
I think they need someone with more experience. I don't think Sheshko is the answer. If they get Sheshko, that's they need
He's
someone.
still very raw.
They need someone like their mid-20s, late 20s. Like I think Gyokeres is probably would be my favorite to get. He just scored 60 goals this year, 60 something goals. Like he should be the number 1 target for that
Bless
team.
you.
Obviously, Osimhen would probably be just up there just as well, but I don't think his favorite team's Chelsea. If he goes to Premier, he's probably going to Chelsea.
But do we think that going back to Jay's question, if Spurs had the better season, can they attract the players now for the next Champions League season? Are they going to be able to, compete?
It'll help, I think, having I think
100%.
that was the big thing. Like that game, realistically speaking, that game wasn't to see who won the Europa League. That game was to see who actually has a chance at like rebuilding their squad this summer. Because like having the Champions League, you're gonna have more pull, you'll have more money to actually go out and rebuild your squad properly, right? Because you can see it's two squads that definitely are in a little bit of like a rebuild phase. Like a couple, gaffers that came in didn't really do the trick right away. You need to have a big summer. So I think now Spurs have that ability to maybe have a bigger summer, but at the end of the day, like I honestly don't think a lot of players are going to want to go to Spurs when you have Arsenal, even Newcastle, you have City, you have Liverpool, you have all these teams that are going to come calling as well. Because I feel like all 6 of those teams are going to be fighting for the same
Players.
group of players, right? And then below that, like you're probably going to have like other teams, but at the end of the day, like I feel like players are probably going to rather go to like a Juventus, an Inter. Honestly, I would say probably even Napoli, like I PSG, like the Bundesliga teams, like Atletico Madrid before they go to Spurs. To be
Spurs
honest,
don't have that pull.
they don't have the pull. Like they're going to be in Champions League, sure, but they don't have the pull over like the big teams of the other leagues.
And you don't think that they're
Right.
gonna, in the back of their mind, they're gonna be like, yes, I want to play Champions League, but do I want to play for a team that just finished 17th?
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're lucky enough to come into Champions League, but you're not a Champions League level team
No.
to come in. Gonna get knocked down in the first round. Worst case scenario, right?
Best case.
At- For who?
I don't know.
For that.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you get knocked out first round, right? And then you're back into playing in the league. You have no European football because you're not gonna drop down to Europa League now, right? Where the weaker competition's at. And now you're gonna keep losing games and finishing 17th, the bottom table again for the following season to have no Champions League, no European football. Like it's like an end ever like non-end. Like the loop is never gonna end. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna attract any like top level players. I think like their scouting department's gonna have to put in some work and kind of go for like the more obscure players that
But
they don't want that
they're,
UCL
they're
football.
gonna overpay for obscure players. I think like they're gonna overpay for players that like just finished outside of European football and like their existing leagues. Like I think they'll go and like they'll overpay, maybe a couple guys from like the French league, to be honest, like a Liga, and like overpay for a couple guys from like a Nice or maybe a Monaco, like because that's what you have to do at that point. You have to throw your money around and get maybe some of the bigger talents that are kind of like second options for a lot of the other teams, and then kind of go from there, right? Like the Sun's still there. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
realistically, the Spurs needs most importantly is depth because once their starting 11 gets injured, like we've seen it, they
Yeah, they
lose
fell
pretty
apart.
much every game.
Fell apart.
If they could just get good depth pieces, then I'm not saying that they're gonna be good. They'll be a
Better.
little bit better.
It'll be better.
So can we see Spurs finish a decent Champions League run, or even finish in the top 6, 7 to get some European football the following season? Or is it gonna just be a Spurs side that's gonna try compete and then fall back down to
Yeah,
where they can't play?
I mean, I don't think that, to be honest, because like, if you think about it, like this year they really struggled and they're playing Europa League. Like unless they go and sign like another like 6-7 guys who can play first team football, like in the Champions League, like, sure, like I think they can maybe finish in that middle of the pack area where you're going into the playoff. But in the league, like to be honest, like I still don't think that they're a top 10 team in the Prem. Like I think there's a lot of teams that are better than them, right? And there's going to be teams that weren't as good as them this year that maybe will bounce back next year, right? Like
Yeah, it's tough to see them doing well, maybe even like top 10, because we're gonna see these other teams in the top 1 to 10 get stronger.
yeah, and
Because
there's
their team's already good
yeah,
enough,
there's
and
be
they're
those
probably gonna
1-2
get some more
teams,
players too.
that will come in. Like Palace will be better. Like I don't know, like
Well, even look at teams like
Yeah.
Villa. Unfortunately, they weren't able to finish into the top 5 with United beating them last game there.
thank God.
But that team alone, like, has improved in the last 4 years to what it is today.
Yeah,
Like
they spent a
they've
lot of
come a
money.
long way, right? Making right signings, making right manager decisions. And to me, sure, we lost the finals. United lost the finals, but I think it makes more sense to go for a full rebuild. Just focus on the league, strong now, and try to finish top 4 this following season, rather than worry about Champions League, worry about all the other competitions, right? And then you're having to try to pull players where you can't really pull out of,
Yeah.
right?
So
Okay.
for you as a United fan, like what does a successful offseason for you look like?
Yeah, like what are you doing to make this team a top 8 team? Let's get a top 8.
And what are your expectations for next season,
Hey,
realistically?
Did you guys see the post match like little talk or spiel that Amorim had after the game?
No.
Pretty much saying, we know we had a terrible season. We know we couldn't compete. We know we weren't good enough. Meanwhile, the players behind them are all there, just like standing still, straight face, because obviously that's pretty much saying like these guys behind me weren't good enough to win any games, right? Like he full said, we're gonna have a full rebuild, new players coming in, and we're gonna have success. We already know there's gonna be Eriksson going out. We already have Lindelof going out. We have a handful of players going out, and then we have Cunha apparently coming in, who
Yeah.
again is a toss up because we have Højlund, we have Xerxes, we have the players up top, but now we're gonna throw in another 10. Is Bruno staying? Is Bruno gonna leave? So to me, like for this transfer window to work, we have to drop a lot of players. But like you said, we have to bring in players. But where are we getting from? Where are we grabbing players from? Right? Are we gonna have to sell them the story like, hey, we're gonna rebuild this year, but now look, in the next 3-4 years, we're gonna be competing for the top 4 every single season. Right? That's kind of like the story you gotta try to sell players, right? You can't just think win now, win in like 2-3 years, right? So I honestly can't tell you who we're gonna have to pull or we're gonna pull from.
I think this year for United's gonna be a lot thinner of a squad. I don't think they're gonna be signing too many players. I think they're gonna offload a lot. Like, did they sell Rashford, or is he just on loan and he's coming back?
He's on loan.
He's coming back.
So he's coming back. So now they got to figure out what they're doing with Rashford.
Apparently they're selling him 40 mil.
So if they sell him, there you go. That's 40 mil there. I don't think they're gonna replace that. Anthony, they're gonna sell.
Garnacho's gone.
Garnacho. Maybe they get one replacement for those 3.
We have Diallo on the right, who's obviously our best right attacker, right? Our best attacker in general.
Yeah.
But again, now that we're worried about injuries, is he gonna
Sancho's
get
coming
injured?
back too.
I'm just coming back.
Is Sancho the right player to have back on this team?
No, you sell him.
You seen him celebrating in the locker room with Chelsea.
Yeah, you
It's
sell him.
crazy. He was
Give,
celebrating. He's not going to be playing in the Champions League, bro. That is crazy.
give him back to Chelsea, if anything.
But Chelsea don't want him. They paid to send him back.
Tough.
Yeah.
Then you got Cunha coming in, which means probably one of Højlund or Xerxes are probably out the door.
Might be both.
Could be both. I want to know what's going on with Mainu. He doesn't get minutes anymore. He was supposed to be like this top talent for United. When you watch him play, he's a good player. Obviously, not recently. He looks a little bit chubby to me. No,
Jeez.
but like, did you loan him out for a year?
No.
Like, what do you do?
No, United, bro. I heard United are badly in debt, and like they're gonna need to generate a lot of money, and that's gonna happen through sales, bro. I think United are gonna sell at least like 6 to 8 players, bro.
Did you see all the stuff that's been happening with the club itself? Like they're getting
They
rid
laid
of all
off a
these
bunch of
Firing
people.
staff.
firing staff. Like
Good.
this is how a team goes under and starts like losing like itself, like Stoke City, like a Birmingham, like Sunderland, like dude, all these teams. When you start like getting rid of the stuff that's been working, and just now you're just throwing money where you shouldn't be throwing money, like these affers, these players, just to hopefully to get your results. That's how these teams start losing, and then now you're firing this whole squad, this whole management, the whole team, the whole staff. Like, what's gonna be left? The freaking stadium's falling apart.
Yeah, it's a downward spiral from here, man. Because the state United are in is not laughable, man. Like it's poor.
And like, do we trust Amorim? Because there's mixed emotions. Is he worth relying on? Is he worth keeping it together? Is he is there really a future with him?
No.
With the 3-4-3 formation, playing in the Prem, is that a strong formation to play? Is it like, can it hold up in the Prem?
The thing is, like, I think Gaffer's looking at this situation United are in. They're like, do I really want to get myself into this? Probably not. I think they
Yeah.
just keep Amorim at this point and just hope for the best, Because I can't see any top level managers coming to United.
The only thing is, like, I know I hated Ten Hag, but at least he kept them in European football, like every year. As soon as Amorim came in, like, what were they? They were like 6th place, 7th place when Ten Hag left, I think, and then
I think they're already dropping off.
Give him a preseason, man.
and Amorim
Give him a
brought to
preseason.
like, what 16,
We
17?
need a manager again. Amorim, sure. Like it might not be great for the first 2 seasons, right? Give him like the way Fergie came, man. The fresh new team. This team was literally nothing. Came out of relegation. Like, give him a couple years where like, yeah, we're not going to see great success, but he needs to be a player manager. Communicate with the team. Like this is bring the camaraderie back together, right? We need to see a full like squad that just plays for itself. Because what we've been seeing is just players playing for each other. Bruno's crying half the time. Højlund's pissed off at other players because they're not giving them the right passes. Sometimes it's embarrassing to watch.
Okay, if I was to name you 10 players right now, you gotta give me keeper sell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Go.
Bruno.
I would sell him if what we hear about Saudi Arabia offering 100 million plus, for him,
Take easily.
why not?
Easily.
Why
Take.
not? We don't
Okay.
need a player like him. Sure, he's the captain, but half the time on the pitch, he's complaining and whining.
He's also like what 31 now.
He's older, but
So
No,
But
not
he's your
31.
best player.
he is.
He's still in
But
his 20s.
Generates
If-
a good amount of funds.
if
too.
you can get
Yeah.
good money out of him and then drop some wages, sure, I will do that.
yeah, that's one. Andre Onana.
I would sell as well.
Okay, you could probably get like what 20 mil from.
No, I don't know about that.
Harry Maguire.
I would keep him.
Yeah.
He's solid, man.
He makes mistakes, but he's solid, and I feel like he's someone that plays for the badge. The quality might not be there half the time, but we know that he plays for that badge.
Okay. If a big offer came in for Diallo, would you take it?
No,
Interesting.
nothing.
100 million.
Diallo's the only player that is.
He's
clearly-
untouchable.
He's untouchable. Young and proven already.
Okay.
The time we missed him for his injury is where we're losing the most. Most points dropped. I swear.
Okay. Would you get rid of Delict?
Delict, injury prone as well. Probably if the right offer is there. Yeah.
What's the third center back? Yodo. Would you get rid of Yodo?
You don't know
He's like
Silent.
17.
quality
Okay,
as well.
I'll give you one more. I think he might be already be out the door, but he kind of came into his own end of the season. Casemiro,
Yeah, he's done.
you would get rid of him. Not even keep him one more year.
He's
1 year
done,
contract.
bro. He got called up to Brazil.
I think he's kind of slowly gotten better.
If there's a right partner next to him, okay. But same thing with Ugarte. Ugarte we brought in for how much? And
Yeah,
he's been a
Forgot
player
about
like
that guy.
that. PSG replaced him with a new João Neves from Benfica for like half the price.
The exact same price.
They made money from him. I swear, Ugarte.
I think it was like 5 mil.
Was
Oh,
it?
for Ugarte. No, yeah,
Wasn't
they
like a
made money. They made
60-40?
money.
That they made money from him,
Something like that.
and then they got like twice the player,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous, embarrassing.
It's because he came from Sporting, no? Ugarte?
Really?
Yeah, he's at Sporting before, right? So maybe he played with under Amorim for a bit. You gotta be careful with those guys coming from the Portuguese league, man. Sometimes.
I don't trust Gyokeres,
I do. But speaking of another great title triumph, Napoli have won their 4th Scudetto. And I have a simple question to ask. Is Napoli a bigger club than Roma all time? Because let's look at the numbers now. Napoli have surpassed Roma in Scudettos. Napoli have 4 Scudetti. Roma have 3. Plus, Napoli have a European title, the Europa League with Maradona. Roma have no major European title. They have the Conference League, but not Europa League or Champions League. Napoli or Roma all time?
I'm gonna have to say Napoli. I know we're gonna go back to Totti days. Yeah, they finished like second place against some of the best teams, but Napoli did too. Napoli finished plenty of times second place against Juve. They have one of the best players of all time as well in Maradona. Like they had the better player, they have the better teams, they have the better trophies. All time, Napoli.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to argue Roma. Obviously, they had their success in like the 90s, early 2000s and stuff like that. Had some decent players as well too, but with the amount of trophies that Napoli have, especially recently, it's hard not to favor them, you know?
It's unfortunate too, even Roma getting knocked out of Champions League, right? They got Euros.
They didn't make it. They didn't make it by 1.
They got Europa League. Yeah, they missed it by 1 point.
Cause Juve, yeah.
I don't know if anybody's really celebrating that, man.
No, that was a shit game. But
Yeah,
So-
that game was something else. We won't talk about that.
For
match
what we've
fixing,
seen,
but-
Napoli, the way they were able to come together as a squad this season. Obviously, we know how Conte works. His great managerial tactics. When one season wonder, just come in, get the job done, and he might leave, he might stay. But players like Lukaku coming in, players like McTominay, player of the season, like what do you guys think deserved?
yeah,
That's crazy.
12 goals midfielder,
bro, he was disgusting.
probably one of the biggest players on that team in general, right? In not overall, like players like Politano stepping up, a lot of players that were not great last season stepped up this season, and what helped make Napoli the championship team really.
So you guys are comfortable saying Napoli is the undisputed 4th biggest club in Italy?
4th big, yeah.
Undisputed?
Yeah. I think it's very close, but Napoli, yeah.
Close with who?
Roma.
What about Lazio?
No, they're both bigger than Lazio.
Okay, but let's look at the numbers here. Genoa have 9 Scudetti,
Yeah, but they're
1 away from a star. And you look a little under that. Bologna, I believe, are at 5. Pro Vercelli are at 5. And I think one more squad. But Napoli isn't top 5 in Scudetti. They're comfortably 4th, though.
Hey, those wins were when in the Stone Ages.
Oh,
Napoli are on
speaking
an upward
Torino
spiral.
as well.
Napoli on an upward spiral right now.
Not-
You never
not-
know. They can surpass them easily.
The
next
thing-
15, 20 years.
The thing is, it's a little bit of recency bias too, because Napoli wasn't always good. Roma's been good for like quite some time. Like Napoli came from the 2nd division at one point after Maradona. Obviously, they went to the 2nd division. They got brought back up with De Laurentiis.
Yeah.
So they were in a rough patch, but they got brought back up, and they've been back in the glory. So Roma's been consistent. I'll give them that. But I still think it's Napoli. I know Bologna and Genoa, but Genoa haven't. It's recency bias. It's recency bias. I can't say Genoa because I've never seen them good.
That's fair. That's fair. You're honest.
But look, are we underrating this Napoli Scudetto? Because remember, they came, 10th last year? If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah,
10th
no
place.
European.
And they lost their 2 best players, Guevara and Osimhen. And just like that, they bounce back and win the league. Are Napoli one of the best teams in Europe?
I wouldn't say Europe because they have Conte as the manager. He's only a league coach. Probably one of the best league coaches in the world. Maybe the best league coach. But when it comes to Europe, that's why I'm kind of not excited for him to come to Juve. But he's going to get us back to the league part of things.
I don't know.
No, I know.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't know if there's anyone better than Conte right now. Like 5th Scudetto with 3rd different club, 6th league title with 4 clubs in 2 countries, from 7th to 1st, 10th to 1st, 10th to 1st. Converts some of the most unfashionable dons into title winners. No phases, project, process, no phases, none of that BS.
None of that Arteta
Just
nonsense.
winning, bro. Just straight Don Conte. Bring Conte to Arsenal, man.
Do you think you'd win the first season with Arsenal?
Yes,
He might.
100%.
Look at the track record, bro.
Is
100%.
Look at the track
Is
record.
Lukaku starting?
Yeah, he
think
brings
100%.
Lukaku over with him.
Yeah, they need a striker.
Yeah,
Brings them over.
100%.
No, no,
Wrap, bro.
For anyone that doesn't think Conte wins his first year with Arsenal, with that squad, 100% he wins the league with that squad.
You think
easily?
You think player for player, this Arsenal squad is better than Napoli's?
Oh yes, yeah, 100%.
Arsenal?
Yeah, 100%.
Then this.
Napoli squad, yeah,
If
100%.
you're taking this Napoli squad manager, everyone player best XI versus Arsenal's best XI right now, you're saying Arsenal are winning that game?
Yeah.
Easily, yeah. No managers involved.
What do you mean, no man?
I think if
no.
Conte's involved,
Is it a kickabout? Is it a kickabout?
no, because I'm saying Conte brings them over the edge. That's why they're so
swap
good.
the managers.
No,
then.
no.
Wins.
Okay, so give me the exact team right now. You're saying Napoli or Arsenal right now?
Arsenal.
Arsenal right now with Conte and Arteta as is.
Oh, then no. If Conte's managing Napoli, it's going to be a
And if Conte goes to Arsenal, and they swap.
it's
swap,
it's
it's
a
It's
Arsenal.
a bloodbath.
it's a bloodbath. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. This
So wait, so you think Napoli's better on paper than Arsenal?
Yeah.
no.
On paper?
Yeah, I think they're a better team overall.
Oh, yeah, naturally they won the league.
But the thing is that you put Conte in this Arsenal's team, I don't think he's going to be able to compete with Liverpool and City next
Easily.
season.
Yeah, they win
Easily.
the league.
No,
They win
man,
the league,
no
man.
way.
Easily.
They
Well,
win
you're
the league.
underrating
Liverpool-
Conte.
Liverpool are getting stronger. They got Frimpong. They got Wirtz. They're getting signings right.
Doesn't matter.
Dude,
City. City.
Conte brings Lukaku as a
No,
wrap.
no, no. City are getting have Rodri back.
Doesn't
That was the missing piece.
You're talking about ifs, what's,
I don't
and
think.
maybes.
I don't think
No, no,
Conte
no, no.
cares about any of that.
It's
man.
all ifs, buts, and maybes.
No,
It's
it's not. Because
all-
with Conte, we
okay,
have facts.
it's all-
We know what he
it's
can
not-
do.
it's not
We've seen what he
facts.
done.
When's the last?
He brought a team from 10th place last season to first place. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
Conte has
We're
first.
talking about facts.
Bro, Conte has first season main character plot armor, bro. He doesn't lose.
That's what I'm
Can't
saying.
lose, bro.
Oh, Arsenal's getting, Liverpool's getting this. So what?
Track
Conte,
record's
dude.
nuts.
Conte doesn't.
He was
care,
solid internationally too. Brought a Cheeks Italy team to a
Yeah.
semifinal,
Yeah.
Euro 2016.
Yeah. He
He's-
should go back, man.
He's a great manager. Just for some reason, doesn't give a shit about Champions League. He just doesn't care about it.
And he also doesn't care about staying in the club for more than a year.
Yeah, no,
Gets
because
the job done
Yeah,
himself.
dips,
No,
yeah.
I-
Gets
That's
his job
pretty, that's
done.
pretty
I
iconic.
understand
though.
that, but I was like, dude, what's wrong with this kid?
I like it. I like it. I
He's
like
the
it.
guy that moves from girl to girl. I'm like, he doesn't care, bro. He just wants new experience.
He likes a challenge, new challenge.
no,
I think it's cool because like realistically speaking, like it gives him a little bit more like aura. You know, like if he stayed with one team, he wouldn't have this aura.
I mean, you don't think
You know?
Napoli wants him to stay?
I'm
Well,
plus,
100% they do.
So?
They're backing up the Brinks
plus
truck.
it gives fans like more reason to hate you if you can't like back up that early success and you just
Yeah,
consistently
yeah.
lose. It's like you leave on a high every time. That's what
Yeah,
he does.
and
But
the
he's
fans
been
always
doing it.
love you, you know?
Yeah.
But don't you also think that by doing that, you're gonna somewhat at the end of your career kind of be an enemy? Because like, bro,
No.
like imagine this: Conte wins this season with Napoli. He goes to Juve next year, wins it with Juve.
He's already been to Juve, so I don't
But
think
I'm
it'll
saying,
matter.
and then he goes to Milan and wins with Milan. Like, dude, this
Yeah,
guy's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
a menace.
No, I think
He's just going from girl to girl, knowing that they all know each other.
yeah, but you think Napoli's gonna hate him if
No.
they won
No.
them the Scudetto?
He'll forever
but-
be in
Yeah.
his debt.
I don't know.
Like Juve fans rate Conte, no?
Yeah, we all love Conte.
Yeah, I'm sure Inter fans rate Conte, Italy fans rate Conte, Chelsea fans rate Conte.
I don't know anybody that hates
Yeah,
Conte.
Arsenal fans would rate him too if he was there, man. Like it's true. He's a great league manager. He goes in, he focuses on the league, says let's win the title, and that's it. Which, to be honest, like I think sometimes gets a little bit overlooked. I think a lot of times teams try to do it all, when in reality, like it's very very hard to win a treble. Realistically speaking, it's even hard to do the double. So like realistically speaking, maybe it's better to have a gaffer who goes in and says, you know what, Bun Champions League, we're gonna win the league.
If I was an
Right.
Arsenal fan, I would be watering. My mouth would be
He'd be
absolutely
water.
would absolutely be leaking for Conte to come to the team. I know Arsenal fans would be like, "Oh no, Arteta's the best. We're gonna finish second place."
Phase 9 Arteta, bro. Just
Yeah,
wait.
just wait. He's still getting good.
Phase 9.
We just need a striker. No, bro. If Conte goes to that team, you guys are winning the league. I know you guys, he's not getting him, but
They're not winning the league.
they're winning the league.
Buddy,
They would be
just
winning.
looking here.
Well,
He won.
Spurs.
He won the league with Chelsea
Yeah,
that season. That season was a terrible season. Again, another Premier League terrible season.
Still
That
won
was
it.
City before they started winning like 6 in a row.
Okay,
The season after, Spurs came in third, Arsenal came in fourth, United came in fifth.
doesn't matter.
That league in
That-
general was also poor.
That's the year that he played. He coached them
But bring them to this season where the Premier League I feel like is stronger.
with Arsenal.
Yes.
He wins the league.
Okay, but what about this season in Italy? It was
Yeah.
pretty much Napoli Inter head to head
Inter.
at the end, right?
Inter's top 3 best teams in the world right now.
Juve were doing absolutely nothing this season. Roma were invisible.
No, Roma.
Roma what?
No.
They finished in
Roma,
sixth place.
Roma almost won every single
What
game.
did AC
second half.
Milan do all season?
Fifth place. I mean,
This another Serie A season where the season wasn't that strong. There's only two competing teams.
no, it was
It was La Liga, 0.2, 2.0.
no. Yeah, okay, top two, but you're saying that teams were bad in the league. Roma didn't lose a game for the second half of the season.
Atalanta were class.
Atalanta were good.
Okay,
Bologna was strong second half.
Because for me, it looked like it was only Napoli and Inter this whole season.
Yeah, but the Premier League was
And
just
that was
Liverpool
because Inter
the
were
whole
also
season.
doing poorly near the second half because of all the competitions they were in. Napoli were doing really poor at the beginning as well.
They would have still like pretty much tied for
Yeah, but
points.
there's in Italy there's a title race until pretty much literally to the last game of the season. Like in the Premier League, there hasn't been a title race since like what, November?
Bro.
Realistically speaking.
Plus, City have won the league like 5 in a
Liverpool
row.
won by 10 points.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they stopped
Like,
trying in like
That's
February.
insane.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? Serie
Con-
A. Serie A,
But does that say that Liverpool is obviously far beyond the rest of the table? That where if Conte were to go to the Premier League, he wouldn't even be able to touch Liverpool.
I think you
the
would.
other teams aren't doing it.
Yeah.
They're not touching Liverpool, so I think you put if you put a better gaffer on one of those teams, I think they have a better chance, 100%.
You put Conte that he wins you like,
Yeah.
those points to be.
How many Serie A
tight.
teams were in the Champions League?
You're going back to Champions League.
No,
though.
because when I
Five,
see Champions League, I think Champions League is the caliber of football. when it
Napoli
comes to
wasn't even in
clubs.
Champions League.
No, but how many Serie A teams were in the Champions League?
4, 5.
How many of them came in out of the quarterfinals or first round?
Out of the first
Juve,
round.
Inter, Milan.
So wasn't how far out was Inter in? I mean, sorry, Inter was obviously in the final, but before that, what other Serie A team was in the group stage or knockout stage? Sorry,
Juve.
Bologna.
in the
No,
Champions
Bologna
League.
were in the knockout stages.
The Champions League.
Oh, not knockout stages. They were in the group. He said.
Yeah.
Bologna.
He said knockout.
Bologna barely didn't make it though.
He said knockout.
Knockout,
it
it
was
was just-
Juve, Milan, Inter.
It was
Yeah.
really only Inter after the first round.
Yeah.
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 I thought you
After
said
the
group
fir-
stage.
After the first round, how many Prem teams do we have?
Okay, you got stop with this
no,
Prem,
sorry.
man.
It's that, when I think Champions League, it's the best teams in Europe.
Bro, you're as we said.
No?
your
This guy's rage baiting, bro.
I know your best Prem team. I'm giving them Conte. You're still saying that they're not going to win the league.
So for me, it looks like Aston Villa were better than Atalanta.
Okay, hold on. Atalanta
Napoli.
versus Villa. Do you think who wins that game?
Atalanta.
Villa.
No.
Dude, Atalanta lost against
No,
Bruges.
why are you saying Atalanta? Put
Atal-
Napoli in that.
Napoli right now.
Atalanta lost against Bruges, and Villa beat Bruges.
Why are we talking about Atalanta right
Injuries,
now? We're
man.
talking about Napoli. Put Napoli against Aston Villa.
Napoli
Napoli's
prob-
winning,
Napoli
man.
probably-
Where would you say Napoli finishes in the Prem
in the Prem
This season with Conte,
this season with Conte?
this season with Conte?
second place.
No.
Yeah, that's my opinion. I'm saying second place.
Well,
Yeah.
like take it in. Arnie
second or third,
Arnie
bro.
Slot's first season.
I think they finished
Wait,
fourth or fifth between Chelsea and Newcastle.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Tripping, bro.
Over
Yes.
Newcastle?
we
Chelsea,
did-
Newcastle. If Aston Villa
Okay, go.
performed better than all of the Serie A teams in the Champions League besides Inter, and they finished in sixth place,
Okay.
If you want to go,
What's-
off, if you
wait,
want to
wait,
go,
what's the
hold on. If you want to
correlation?
go off that logic, Inter's in the semifinals and Napoli finished higher than Inter in the Serie A.
They're in the finals, not the semifinals.
No,
Inter's in the finals.
that's what I said, didn't I?
You said semifinals.
Okay, whatever. Inter's in the finals and Napoli finished higher than them in the Serie A. So what does that mean? They're the better team.
but Napoli had no other football to look at than.
But you're going off Champions League here.
But those teams are made it further than all those Serie A teams with more football and also had
Deeper squads.
wait. Why don't we just use a case study that happened this Premier League?
Case study.
Arnie Slot, who had him winning the season in his first year?
No one.
Not
No.
me.
I think I picked
Okay.
Liverpool fourth or fifth, something like that.
Okay. Arnie Slot, first year with a Liverpool team that we thought with Klopp leaving would drop in form.
Yeah.
You think Conte can't do that in his first season with an Arsenal team? You think Conte can't do that with a first season at Liverpool?
Easily.
110 times more.
He'd probably also
110
he'd win the
times
league
more.
with Chelsea too.
Yeah, he probably would win the
Yeah.
league with the freaking the roadmans over there.
Yeah, he'd win the league. He'd win the league with Chelsea too. Realistically, he
Maybe,
would. He
maybe.
would.
Chelsea team's good though.
You
I
said
know.
it yourself. We saw a
What?
Liverpool team with Arne Slot that was completely different than what Klopp had him. We had Garen Birch cooking,
Okay.
Gakpo playing, Salah cooking again this
What
season.
does
Yeah,
Conte
that's
do when
exactly
he
what
goes
Conte
to a
would
new team?
He
maybe-
makes signings. He makes signings,
and
did he
makes
not?
guys go
does
off.
Does he not make signings when he goes to new
Was
teams?
McTominay one of the best players at Man
But he
United?
made it signings.
Was Lukaku one of the best
Who would he
players?
have brought to this Liverpool
He
team?
didn't make that many
Bro,
signings. He
He
lost
also didn't
players. He lost
sign
his best
world class
players.
players. He didn't go out there
Yeah.
and sign freaking
Man,
the
he
next
He
best
lost
player.
Kavada mid-season.
He lost him.
Yeah, and what did
And
that
Osimhen,
change? That
too.
didn't make any
But
difference.
no, but that
Exactly.
shows how good he is because he just put
Bro,
netters
he
in and he still kept winning.
He just he answered his own question. What did that change? Nothing. Exactly.
Was Kabata a lethal piece?
Kavada
He's
was
in
their
the finals.
Kavada was their best player.
He's in the finals of the World Champions
Why you
League.
give
Not
them like
because
that?
of Kabata alone. He's in the finals of the Champions League because of PSG.
He's a
But
huge
he was
part.
Napoli's best player.
But
seasons ago?
PSG wouldn't be this good without Kavada. He kind of made that adjustment for the team.
Okay,
different
but,
team.
But what does that say? The best player leaves Napoli and you still win the league? What does that say?
That he's a good
No.
manager.
That shows that the team didn't drop off.
So that tells me that they didn't need Kabata to begin with.
No, because
Because they have
goals
Conte.
went elsewhere. Kavada's goals, instead of him getting or assists, instead of just solely him, those goals and assists spread throughout the team, and McTominay started going off. Lukaku started playing good. He started assisting.
Other players stubbed up
This
in his
guy
absence, right?
fell in his own trap, bro.
Billy
This guy put
Gilmore
the
in the
bo-
mix.
Yeah.
This guy put
Gilmore
the
had a
booby
good
trap and he fell on it, bro.
Still more in the mix.
Chelsea reject.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, let's switch
Yeah.
things up here.
Wait, I have one thing to say. One more.
Please,
What do
please
you
go
have
on.
to say, man?
Did you see that stat that Lukaku has?
No.
Which one? The assist stat?
No. So in 2019-20, Lukaku stopped Inter from winning the Europa League.
Oh no.
In 2022-2023, Lukaku stopped Inter from winning the Champions League because
He blocked the
He
shot.
blocked the shot.
Yeah.
in 2024-2025, Lukaku stopped them from winning the Scudetto.
He hates Inter.
I think Lukaku hates Inter.
Damn, that's a cold stat.
But
bro.
he
Crazy
won that
stat.
league there, no?
Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a Matt stat right there, though.
Yeah. That was sick. Maybe
he-
more numbers.
He also
but-
never wanted to leave Inter.
No, he loved Inter, but Conte left, so he left.
Yeah.
But speaking of a serial winner, Cristiano Ronaldo will leave Al Nassr as a serial loser.
Fox.
No league titles in 4 seasons at Al Nassr.
Is there 4 years?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
4 seasons, no league titles, no Asian Champions League titles, and he cryptically announced that he will be leaving Al Nassr for a new chapter. Where is Kri going?
I did not know he was there for 4 years. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
the 4 years flew by that he was there, man.
I thought he was there for like 2.
It's
But-
not that crazy they didn't win anything though. They got some pretty good teams over there.
But they were the best team.
I don't think they
No.
were.
They
I
were,
don't think they're
but
the best team.
he was the best team before everyone started going there.
No,
He was by himself at one point.
Hilal was better probably.
No,
More
I think-
Maybe
well-rounded.
historically, but Matthew told me Nasser was winning titles.
They were in
Before.
titles before Cristiano came in.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
of
also
course they
before
were, because
the
they also
teams
didn't
got
have
good.
anyone else in
Yeah,
the
but
other clubs.
Who did they have before Ronaldo?
Talishka.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Talisca, yeah.
Dude, Talishka against whoever was there before, dude, he was cooking.
That's one guy, bro.
Yeah, but they
That's
brought
all you
Ronaldo with
need.
Talisca.
No, Talishka was there first.
I know. I'm saying like Ronaldo to partner with Talisca.
Yeah, but then the rest of the league got better.
Not all at once. Ronaldo was there first.
He wasn't there first, bro. They
No,
all
no.
came with him.
Nah, but he was the first major player to go.
Yeah.
there.
But he was there before the season started. By the time the season started, all
Yeah.
the teams were geared up. You're acting like you had like a
Uh,
full season alone there.
Nah.
Everyone was geared up by the time the season started.
But still, you're Cristiano Ronaldo. You signed for a club. You're expected to win trophies. No?
At least one.
Maybe at least what again? Like I don't know how many trophies do they play for there. Do they have like a Saudi Cup? Like I don't know how many
I'm sure
trophies
they
they're
do.
playing
What's
for.
that?
Asian Champions League, the league, and definitely a domestic cup.
Yeah, maybe.
What's
domestic
that?
cup.
What's that cup that looked the World Cup that he's holding in the air freshener that we have? He's holding that cup.
I think that might have been like some kind of like super cup or
So
He
you
did
won
win
something.
maybe a
yeah.
preseason cup.
So he
I-
got
Oh, yeah, he
something
did
then.
win
He
something.
has that.
FIFA the
Yeah.
best award.
Yeah, it could be. It could be the best.
He won
award.
that.
But to propose my original question, where do you guys think he's going?
I could tell you exactly where he's going actually.
Tell me.
Same.
So if the stars line up like this, so there's a guy that scored around 60 goals this
He's a
year.
meteorologist now.
Gyokeres, I believe his name is, on Ronaldo's former team. I believe he's getting a summer signing elsewhere, so he might be going to another team, which leaves a striker position open at Sporting.
Mhm.
Are Sporting in the Club World Cup?
No,
He's not.
he's not going there. You're
he's not
right.
going there,
Yeah,
bro.
never mind.
Infantino said apparently some rumblings about Cristiano possibly playing in the Club World Cup.
Was this on the speed stream?
Yeah, it was.
I also saw it with that he would like to see Ronaldo and Messi play together.
Yeah, well, I don't know about all that.
Inter Miami,
So both of them at a different team, or because no
Miami.
way he's coming to Miami.
All-Star team.
I heard Cristiano to Monterrey. Club
With
World Cup,
Ramos?
Club World Cup team, link up with Ramos.
That'd be pretty cool.
They got money from what I've heard.
If he
From
was
what
the
Davis
Mexican
told us
league,
before
Yeah.
in a certain reel.
if he was the
It's
Mexican,
possible.
that'd be crazy.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be insane.
I'd probably rather see him go to Sporting, to be honest. But it would still be cool to see him there.
But is his time at a top 5 league over?
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
so.
been over,
You don't
man.
think so?
I don't think so.
It's been
So,
over.
Throw out a name.
Dortmund.
No. Oh, you want me to tell him like a top 5 league? I don't know, bro. Like,
Go back to United.
no, I don't see him going to the P. I don't
He's
know.
not going to Madrid.
He's not going. He's not going to La Liga. He's not going to Bundesliga.
Not going to Prem.
Not going to Prem.
Going to City.
Liga.
Not maybe Liga. Maybe he goes to PSG.
Nah, come on.
Maybe he goes to
No,
PSG.
PSG's
Nah.
going in the right
Would it-
direction
would
right
it-
now. They're
would
not
it-
bringing it.
Yeah,
Would
right
it
now.
be so crazy for him to go to PSG?
It would be right now.
I think PSG
Why?
are kind of learning from their mistakes.
Why? They win the Champions League this year. They are playing in the Club World Cup as well. They have like 10 Portuguese internationals on the team already.
Just get a 2-month loan.
Why not go to PSG for like a year or two? Make sure you're staying fit at a top team ahead of the World Cup, so you can go and win the World Cup, and then go somewhere else. I could see him going to PSG, and for a marketing move, pretty sick for PSG after they've already conquered what they're out there to do. They win the Champions League. They have nothing else to win now. Why not bring Cristiano and try to run it back with him?
If PSG got him and told him straight up, you're not going to be a first team player. You're going to ride the bench and come on when we need you. There's going to be plenty of games where he can just come off the bench because they'll probably win the league halfway through the season anyways.
Yeah. He can probably start too.
And what's the big deal?
Yeah,
I don't know if Ronaldo would accept a contract on those kind of terms. You know.
The guy's pushing 45.
Yeah,
now?
but he always wants to play.
Yeah, we get it. But
you know, coming this next World Cup, he's gonna want to be starting.
if you want to be
If
relevant,
he could play.
a relevant footballer, you have to be in the top 5 leagues and
Mhm.
in a good team.
I think he can start for PSG.
Or
week
if he
in,
goes
week
to go to Portugal and do the same thing, but you're probably going to be now causing the team to lose games. Probably not going to be top goal scorer in Portugal. He's going to be washed out by that point. If you're in a top 5 league in a relevant team coming off the bench, he'll probably be able to make it to the World Cup.
Get that call up.
Do we see a world he goes to MLS?
Can't.
I mean, you might be able to.
Nah,
I don't think so, bro.
Why not?
I don't think it's a possibility.
No, I mean, of course, there's a possibility.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't.
bro.
The only team I see him go to is like
You're
LAFC.
killing me, bro.
Is there a
I could see him going to like a New York. New York could use another big star like NYCFC had. NYCFC's getting that new soccer specific stadium.
when?
What, like 2 years? 1 year?
He's not gonna be there no more, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have a project.
Nah.
Ah,
If he's going to a team, it'll probably be LA.
Why?
Sunny LA, man.
Yeah, sunny LA.
Is he Ronaldo more as a New York guy?
Nah, he's
No,
definitely
no.
an LA guy,
bro.
Not at all.
LA
He's
have-
gotta be in the sun, bro.
LA has Giroud though.
Why? What do you mean he has to be in the
bro.
sun?
You can
He
go
played
to
for Man
LA.
United.
Nah, you could tell, bro,
You can tell what?
by how he is.
He played for Man United and Juve. Played in the north of Italy. He played in the north of England.
Italy's a little bit different.
He
than
likes a good tan though, man. Like I think he needs some sun.
That's what the tanning bed's for.
He won't be able to handle a New York winter, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Why not? He
Or
he
New-
entered a Manchester winter.
Or New York,
What?
or
It's
New
way
York
different.
people.
Yeah.
How do you handle New York
I,
people, bro?
I think he'd be fine, but I
New
don't
York's
think
the richest city in the United States.
I don't think he's going to MLS.
Then where do you think he's going?
I told you.
You didn't give a team.
I said PSG. I literally fought for it.
I don't think
Sat
so,
here
man.
and fought for
I don't
it,
think
bro.
so.
What do you
Who
mean
do
you
you
don't think so?
I think PSG want him, bro.
I think he might go to like a Chicago Fire. I could see Ronaldo MLS next chapter.
He going to Chicago, bro.
Nah.
Okay,
He's
maybe
going to O Block.
He's
Okay.
definitely not going to
okay,
Oblak,
maybe
bro.
not Chicago, but I could see New York or LA. I think he's going to MLS.
I think he's going to Paris.
Nah,
Okay, I got Sporting.
Makes too much sense to go to Paris, man.
not really though.
Yeah, you get one more squeeze out of Cristiano Ronaldo before he's done. Nike, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Club
man.
World Cup, Cristiano, check, right? Can compete in the league. Bunch of Portuguese people already there, check. He's going to Paris.
Maybe LAFC. Honestly, like I think they're in a playoff to make the Club World Cup coming up, so could be them.
How about Brazil? These guys have been making some
That'd be pretty solid.
crazy signings.
That would be sick.
I don't know if any teams can or would want to afford to pay for
Flamengo?
You know? Nah,
Fluminense.
I can't see it. I can't see him going to Brazil. No chance.
How
I think Brazil's the lowest chance out of all like the teams and leagues we said.
I
Yeah.
think Mexico has a better chance.
Yeah, I think Monte has a better chance than him going to Brazil.
Put on your mask and let us know why, dude.
Yeah, either way, I think it'll be interesting to see his next chapter for sure. But I don't think he wants to. I think he wants to make sure he's still playing at a good level for the World Cup. 'Cause he still wants it, right?
Maybe he stays in top 5. Who knows?
So I just say he's going to Paris, man.
Maybe like a Leverkusen.
Nah, not with Ten Hag, bro.
And I hate
Crazy.
Oh
bro.
yeah, I forgot about that. Now. Yeah.
Imagine Ronaldo and Sancho go to Leverkusen.
Is there an outside chance for like a China?
China?
Yeah.
No, I think that's a
Not
dead
going.
league.
Maybe Australia even.
I don't know if you'd
Nah.
want to relocate his family like that
Yeah,
to play
he's not.
1 or 2 seasons.
He's not.
He already has the bag. Like what other incentive is there? You know.
Paris next to Spain.
He's going to Paris, man. I'm telling you guys. I'll put money on it.
No, you won't.
I will.
How much?
How much you want to bet?
Yeah, what's my side of the bet? Like
You
he
tell me.
doesn't go to Paris?
Yeah, that's pretty good odds for you.
Yeah, it's like 1 in a million.
I
Yeah.
guess, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Shake on it.
Matthews loves watching people bet. Eh?
I know Davo is me.
Oh.
Jean Felix over under 12.5 GA.
Talk to
Finished
the-
on what 3?
Talk to the guy to your right. He owes me money too.
What does that have to do with me?
And then
What
Spaz
does
going to say,
that
talk
do
to
with
the
me?
guy to
Yeah,
Matt's
then
left.
talk
What
to
do
the
you
guy
mean?
on
We
your
have
left, he owes
something
me money.
together.
I gotta get.
That has
my
nothing
money
to do
from
with an
him
outside party.
first. Sorry, I need my money from him first.
Why?
That's crazy.
And I need
I
my
bet
money.
with him first.
That
I
is
need my money.
actually
I bet
with him
insane.
first.
But that has nothing to do
I
with
can't
us.
give money to you if I don't get money. My first
Why?
money first.
Welcome to the betting podcast.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
What do you mean how it is?
I gotta get money first to pay you.
yeah.
But what does that have to do with us? That wasn't a
It doesn't. No,
stipulation.
I'm not saying it has to do anything
What's
with
the
you.
bet? What's
That
the
wasn't
bet?
a
I need to get my
stipulation,
money
but
first.
Hey,
What?
What's
But
the
why?
bet?
What?
Who? What's the bet you guys had?
He just said it.
I said that
but why
Joao
is-
Felix would finish
Come on,
under 12.5 GA this season. He finished on what 3?
Yeah.
Dave said
Embarrassing.
over.
Where's that guy going, man?
That guy, I don't know.
3.
He puts in like a decent performance, but then he'll just do like the dumbest things.
That's why you can't trust these attackers from the Liga Nos, man.
I'm trying to tell you guys, man.
Nunez, João Felix, Gyokeres, this coming summer transfer window. Can't trust them, man.
Pretty sure you're on Team Gyokeres when we had that beef a couple months back, man. You think I don't think I forgot that, bro. I was sitting here on the couch all by myself.
Can't trust these Liga Nos strikers, bro.
Trying
I'm
to
saying.
defend myself.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's a Swedish Mario Jardel, bro. He ain't. He ain't doing much outside
Mario
Portugal.
Wait,
Jardel.
what?
Is he a center back?
One of the most lethal strikers in European history. Won 2 European golden shoes.
Yeah, where? Portugal, no?
Yeah.
Who?
I'm saying.
Jardel?
Yeah. What's your point?
What about
saying.
Jonas?
He did it at Galatasaray too.
I'm saying that Gyokeres isn't what y'all think he is, bro.
Why? He's sick.
Can't trust these Liga no strikers.
Why?
We've seen it happen in the past.
Like who?
Nunez, João Felix,
João Felix not a striker.
forward.
Not a striker.
Mm.
Play striker.
Give me 2 more people.
That's all I need.
Ramos.
Exactly.
Gonzalo Ramos.
Good player.
Mm.
Scored a hat trick at the World Cup.
Oh.
What do you mean, whoa?
This is a big move.
In a knockout stage World Cup
What did
game.
that lead to?
Is Eder a
The
good
next
player?
round.
Is Eder a good player?
Yeah.
Mm.
He won his country a Euro Cup.
Where's he at now?
He's
Doesn't
world
matter.
class.
It
He's
literally
world
does
class.
not matter.
He's world class.
It's a locomotive.
No, he had a great moment. He's not a
still
good
play in
player though.
Russia.
Why not? You score in a final. How's that not make you a good? He scored from outside the box too. How's
Hey,
that
then
not
we
make you a
have-
good player?
Is Luke Shaw a world class player? He literally got Tottenham Spurs their first trophy. He
Decent.
scored an own goal. Like,
Some people call him world class when
Yeah.
fit.
Own goal? That's not a goal.
you get yourself in the right place at the right time. You get lucky. It doesn't make you a world class player.
I wouldn't say his goal was lucky though.
Who Eder?
It was
Yeah.
a proper strike.
That was a
Proper
good goal.
strike.
Didn't we also talk about this like a couple of podcasts ago? If you spoke to a normal football fan
You wouldn't know who
and
he
you
is.
gave them an ABC option and Ronaldo and Eder were there, they would choose Ronaldo as last minute goal scorer.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying.
What were
But
we
we
talking
didn't
about?
do
Eder.
What were we talking about? Oh, Gyokeres not being good.
No, he's
I
gonna
don't
be good.
care. What's his GA this season? 70?
High sixes.
like,
I
I
think.
don't care.
I don't care if it's the 6th best league in the world. You scored 7. You got 70 GA.
Against who though?
70 GA.
Against who though? Is what I'm asking. Rio Ave.
Let's find a
Family
player.
Sal.
Let's find a player in non-league scoring 100 GA.
I have a
Yeah.
question for you then,
But then
Jay.
you- oh my God.
No, I have a question for you. I have a question for you then, Jay.
Non-league versus a top European league.
What did he do when he was playing with Leeds? Who was he playing with? And the
He was
Prem.
in-
That was 5 years ago.
He wasn't on. He was on Brighton,
He was on Coventry.
Coventry, St. Pauli
I don't remember him at all, to be honest.
as well.
Well, that's
No, I like him. I like him.
It
as
doesn't
a-
matter what he was doing on those teams.
He's got like what 20 penalties also.
Okay,
No,
so
now
Does
you wanna
Kane
bring
not
up
score a lot of
penalties.
penalties?
No,
so-
penalties
20
are part of.
20 is
I
a
heard
lot though.
someone's got to score him. That's what I've heard in the
20
past.
is a lot.
Yeah, someone's got to score him.
That's what I've heard in the past. Someone's got to
20
score.
is a
Okay,
lot.
he scores them. Great.
He's a good pen taker.
He also didn't do much in the Champions League, other than the
No, he
hat-trick
got
against
hurt.
City. He still played, bro.
No, he missed pretty much both legs against you guys.
He played both games.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Came off the
played-
bench.
came off
He got the
He
bench.
started the second game.
Yeah, not fit.
You want from some players play.
And
Who do you
again-
score goal?
And
Like,
again,
they're
you
the
judge.
same.
And again,
you
like
score
we're
goal?
judging a player off 1 performance, 2 performances, as opposed to a whole season, a whole body of
No,
work.
I'm
where you got
talking-
70 damn GA.
I'm talking about his
scored-
whole
he scored-
Champions League record. What do you do in the Champions League this year? That's like realistically, if you're buying a player for that much money, you
Okay.
want to see what he's going to do in the Champions
Okay,
League.
but put him on a fantastic world class team
Like who?
with great service.
Like who?
Arsenal.
Like you don't think if he's on Barca, he's getting like 40 goals in the season?
But wasn't your argument that he doesn't need service? He creates his own danger.
Yeah, exactly. Now give him service on top of that.
But
He's
what
not
if
gonna be
he
a
can't
great player.
perform with service? He's not
Why
a service
not?
type of striker.
Yes, he is.
What?
He's both.
How do you know he's both? He's had one good season.
Two.
Two
He-
good seasons.
What did he do last year? No one was talking
Top
about him last
scorer.
year.
This guy's acting like that's
people were
nothing.
talking about him
Oh,
last
top
year.
goal scorer.
But
Like,
then,
like you guys could have your doubts, your
Two good
concerns.
seasons at 27.
Like maybe like you could have your doubts about the league, but like, man, 70 GA in a top 7 league in the world, like I don't care. It's nothing to scoff at for
no, it's
me.
definitely nothing to scoff at. It's a lot of goals and assists for sure, but I
Like
just don't know if
what?
it translates.
Like
to the top level.
who's done that?
I'm sure there's been players.
Who?
That have done it, bro? I don't know, bro. Off the top of my head.
I can't
Sure you
name
can find
anyone.
someone, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Messi and Ronaldo
He's a
have done
Swedish
70
Mario
GA.
Jardel. But Jardel had like 100 or like 98 goals and like 104 or like 8 apps or something like that.
Luke de
Crazy
Jong.
record in Portugal.
Okay, but like, again, why is that a bad thing?
I'm saying, will
If
it
he's a Swedish Mario Jardel, why is that a bad
I'm
thing?
saying I don't think Gyokeres will translate to a top 5 league.
But what does that have to do with Mario
I'm
Jardel?
saying they're similar players in that they
How?
dominated in Portugal, scoring plenty of goals.
Okay, but like, have you seen Mario Jardel on a good team to make that argument? He didn't
Well,
get that
if he
move.
was so good, he would have made it to a bigger team.
Maybe he didn't want to.
Okay.
well, so then that's what my question is. Okay, sure, he's done it in Sporting in Portugal. Let's say Arsenal do sign him next year. Does he does he automatically become top goal scorer for Premier League next season? How many goals does he score next season?
Should
for
be
Arsenal?
up there.
For Arsenal, I could say 20 in the league at least.
In the league?
You
Yeah.
think 20 in the league?
Yeah, I
That's
think he
not
could do.
enough.
And Buemo got 20.
No, he needs a
No,
minimum
that's
25.
not enough then. If you're saying this guy's a world class striker and you're saying 20 goals is all he can
Dude,
do,
if it's 20 combined with a league title, that's a great output.
No, he needs
No,
20.
no.
He needs 25.
But
He needs
you're
25.
talking about this guy's scored 70 goals, and you're saying he can only score 20 and
I'd say at least 20.
no. That's
No,
not-
25.
that's too
25 at
minimum.
least.
That's-
He needs 25 minimum.
You can't be gassing this guy out and then say, oh, he's gonna score at least 20 after.
But what about Bas Dost?
Yeah, what about him?
pass those two.
Sporting.
Yeah, I remember that
45
season.
goals.
I remember that season.
Yeah, but
What did he do after that?
that's like 30 goals less.
45 goals in the
Okay,
season.
that's 25 goals less.
No, he's saying 70 GA.
GA or goals?
Yeah.
He had
Oh.
51 goals versus
Cool.
45.
Okay.
What happened to Bas Dost?
Did Bastos get that big move to get the chance?
He wasn't good enough.
You know, he went somewhere.
Where do you go? A big club? Like
remember now.
Gyokeres is online to sign for a big club.
Didn't he go to
Yeah.
Prem?
Let him prove
Bas
himself.
Dost went to the Prem, I think.
Dude, Taremi cooked 2 seasons ago. Inter. What's he doing in Inter?
Yeah.
He's a third string striker.
We've seen it before, right? I think Gyokeres has a better chance of succeeding than some of the other
Darwin
guys.
Nunez, man, top
right?
goal scorer 4 seasons ago. What's he doing in Liverpool?
Yeah, it
Won the
depends.
Prem.
Yeah, it depends. Like,
No thanks to him. This guy didn't play.
The guy
bro.
could have won the Prem like 6 games.
But how
ago.
much did he score?
When that season?
Yeah, for Benfica.
yeah,
And
22
in the
versus
Liga
51.
NOS. I'm not saying
Yeah.
all competitions.
Yeah. Probably another 30 in the Portuguese Cup.
Pedro Goncalves.
How many goals did Gyokeres score in the Portuguese Cup?
6 in like 6 games.
That's not bad.
It's a goal a game.
It's not bad. Yeah, well, I hope so. But I don't know. I think he'll be decent, but I don't think he's a world class striker at
Yet.
the top level. What do you mean yet? Brother's in his prime.
Okay, give him a top club first. Then you could say yet.
I don't think he can do it, is what I'm saying.
Remember Pizzi?
I think he can. I think he's fantastic.
He's good.
We'll
I don't
see
know
if
if he's
he
great.
moves this summer.
Well, I think he's moving for
The
sure.
chance was there last summer window, but
Yeah, and then people thought, okay, like he lost his chance and he was gonna drop off, and he replied with an even better season.
Man. He's got a cool celly.
He
too.
lost his manager too.
Yeah.
And continued dominating.
Yeah. He's got a cold celly. I'll give him
One Sporting back-to-back titles. I don't think they've ever done that.
that. Oh, I'm sure they have.
Amorim laid the groundwork for sure.
We'll see. We'll see where he goes. We'll see if he goes, and we'll see what he does.
No.
No. Would
No.
you take him at Juve? You would.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's good.
100%.
He'd be good at Juve.
Why wouldn't I take him at Juve?
That's true.
No brainer. If you're saying okay, if you're not taking him, then you're just insane. I think all of our teams would take him.
For how much?
Matthews wouldn't take him.
However, he's only going for 60, 70 mil.
Should
Yeah.
Pavlidis go somewhere?
His release clause is light.
Yeah, 60, 70 mil.
Should Pavlidis go somewhere?
What a
Pavlidis is
player.
solid
60
too, man.
Hat trick against Barca.
He'd be sick at Barca. I would take Pavlidis at Barca.
60 mil for a 26-year-old striker that got 70 GA. That's a bargain in today's
No,
market.
that's a really big bargain. Even if he doesn't become good, like just to take the chance on him. Yeah.
Man, for that much money?
60? Yeah.
Bro, wait, how much did United pay for Cunha? Like 80?
Yeah, but he's Prem proven though.
Yeah, but like
One season.
he's never had 70 goals, so 70
He's
GA.
Prem proven with the Wolves side.
Yeah,
I think
that
Wolves
doesn't-
are better than Man
he
U.
played.
bro.
He played for Atletico and did nothing.
Wolves are also battling relegation.
Maybe they finish in a decent
Finished
spot.
No, they didn't. They finished one higher than Spurs.
Yeah, but they were down there.
No, that's what I'm saying. There was relegation. Yeah,
So
one
you
higher
go-
than Spurs,
so you
one
pay
lower than
80
United.
million for
No.
a player that's on that team.
I think I would max like 40 for him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh wow.
Way too much money. But
yeah, if Cunha is 80 mil rated and Gyokeres is 60, wow,
100%. I'm taking Gyokeres for 60.
what a bargain.
I'd pay him. I'd give him 10 mil extra. Just
Wherever he goes, do you think he's gonna get more than half of this GA this season that he is using next season?
I think
That's what
it
you just
has to
said.
depend where he goes. Like
no,
it-
but he's obviously if he moves, he's going to a better league. 1,
Yeah.
to a better team. 2, do you think he'll get more than half his GA this season in a
what
team?
was half 51? You said. So he needs 25. He needs 25 minimum. I think if he, anywhere he goes, 25 minimum. Even if he goes to Juve, who don't score that much, I think he gets 25 minimum.
He hasn't
Yeah.
scored 25 goals at Juve, bro.
He'll score 25. If Vlahovic could get 20, he'll get 25.
So less than half of his output.
The top scorer in Serie A this season scored 25 goals.
So you're gonna pay someone other than Vlahovic to score 5 more goals than you for you?
No, he didn't get 20 this year, but he'll get 20. And when he actually played,
So he's going to score half your goals next season in the league.
yeah.
He scored.
Why can't he though?
No,
It just
He's,
doesn't.
he's a striker.
It just doesn't seem realistic.
It does though. What team doesn't have a striker that score like half their goals?
No, it doesn't seem realistic for him.
It kind of does though. He
I don't
just
think
scored
it-
51
like-
goals.
Does seem
You're telling me
realistic.
he's gonna score more than Lukaku this season?
He only scored 39 goals in the Portuguese league.
And
So
39 goals a
what do you
lot.
mean only.
So you think no? But I'm saying, but you think he's going to go to Serie A now, which is a tougher league in general to score in, play for Juventus, who only scored 58 goals as a team this
You
season,
think he's gonna get more than Rategi
and
this
scored
season?
25 goals.
How much did Rotegi get?
25, and they scored 80 goals.
Okay, but again, like we're seeing some doubts about Gyokeres here. Who else is available?
Striker.
A striker. Who's in the striker market right now?
Cunha,
You're
man.
you're saying guys who are like
He was-
young, raw, a little bit potential, like guys like Šeško.
Yeah.
We have a guy
raw.
on the table with 70 GA in his prime for 60 mil release clause, and we're like,
Yeah.
we're iffy about it.
A little bit. A little bit.
That's insane.
Not really.
How much was Hoyland?
Same thing. I
Bro, we're
think.
talking about Man United and their
Why
poor
are you
transfers.
bringing that up?
No, but like I'm talking about strikers, young, like at price tags.
Yeah. It's I mean,
60 mil for 70 GA. That's a bargain, no matter how you look
in
at
the
it.
Liga NOS, bro.
Yeah.
It's not the Indian Super League.
Yeah.
It's not the Russian Premier League.
it's
How
not,
many
it's
how many
not.
prem goals does Jokeres have? Not more than Hoyland.
What?
this season.
And you guys
Close
paid
though.
more.
It's close.
much was
though. It's
Hoyland?
very close.
like 60.
It's very close, unfortunately. No, I think he'll do well, and I think, like you said, Jay, I think like for like the price to who Hoyland, it's not bad.
That's terrible.
The price to goal, like the price to performance ratio, like at 60 mil, if it's that, you have a good chance of it being a good signing.
Like think about it. Like put yourself in Gyokeres' shoes.
Mm.
You just got 70 GA.
Yeah,
You're thinking to yourself, what more do I have to do? How are people still doubting me? Like,
Yeah.
what more would he have had to do to get your approval?
me personally,
Like, what more? Like, what realistically, what more could he have done?
he has my approval. I just don't want him on my team.
Okay, but what more could he have done to make you want him?
I don't know.
Does he not also like perform for his national team? Like I've seen him score like 2 goals.
No, because it's
1
a
goal.
genuine question.
Yeah.
A lot of people have the doubts of Gyokeres. What
Yeah.
more could he have done to make you desire him more for your team?
At my club personally,
No, just let's say you're an Arsenal fan, a United fan, like a big team fan. What more could he have done to suppress your doubts?
no. If I was a fan of one of those teams, I would be on my knees.
Yeah, but you say you're iffy about him. Why?
I'm iffy about him at my team. I'm saying you asked me if I want him at my team. I said no.
Yeah, gracias.
He's got Girassi, bro. He's better than him.
Okay, but like,
He's top
but like,
Champions League scorer
okay, so
for
you're
him.
not iffy about him as a footballer in general.
No, I think he's a decent footballer, for sure.
Okay, but like
But I
you're
don't
bringing up,
th-
oh, it's Liga Nosh, like whatever.
I don't think that he's gonna go to, let's say, the Premier League, and one obviously he's not gonna continue putting up these numbers, but I don't think he's gonna be the best striker in the league. I don't think any of the top 5 leagues he goes to, maybe save Liga, he would be the best striker in the league.
I agree with that. He won't be.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I mean, look
That's
at
all,
like,
that's all I've been trying to say
okay,
here.
but like,
Chris brought up the national team thing. He's playing in Nations League C. first
Shit.
of all. He's playing against Azerbaijan, Slovakia,
Oh.
Serbia.
It's a similar level. It's a similar level.
yeah, but
right?
again,
He's
like,
used to it.
so was
He's gonna score 4
Ronaldo.
goals against Azerbaijan.
That's just the competition in front of him.
Yeah, at
though.
the end of the day, you have to score with who's in front of you. I get that. That's fair. But what I'm saying is, I think he'll be good. But like I said, unless he goes to Liga, which I don't think he's going to go to Liga, he's not the best striker in any league he goes to.
Okay, but sure, like La Liga as Mbappe, Premier League as Haaland. These are big names. Like, sure, maybe he's not
Yeah.
the best striker in those leagues.
I don't think he's the best striker in Italy either.
Lautaro.
Lukaku.
Okay.
I'd probably take Lukaku over him.
But
too.
if he has
In
to
the
make his
system.
name in the league first, not gonna just go there and be the best striker.
You think
Why?
he's,
Mbappe did it.
Yeah, but
Haaland
Mbappe,
did
it's
it.
Mbappe. They won a World Cup.
Haaland did it.
Girassi did it.
Yeah, but they played in top 5 leagues. Gyokeres is coming from Liga NOS, as we're all saying. Liga NOS, Liga NOS.
He played in top 5 leagues too when he was
but-
younger.
Yeah, but he didn't perform. He's a late bloomer.
Yeah, maybe he is. We'll see.
You think he gets more goals than what's his name?
Who?
Cunha?
Yeah. If
if they're both
he's
in the Prem next season?
yeah. I don't see Cunha as a striker though.
I want to see.
They're gonna
Gyökeres-
play
I
him
want,
as a
no, I want to
striker.
see Gyökeres go to a top 15 league. If it's
He's going
the
to top 5
Prem,
league for sure.
For sure. If it's the Prem, then I feel like okay, like I want to watch him, see if he's able to live up to his hype.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him at Arsenal.
I would like to.
Yeah, that's a perfect fit, I think.
It's like a good experiment. Like, hey, like,
Yeah.
is the Liga Nos really that like overhyped? Like, where players are balling out? Sure, players go over there to like explode and then get a big transfer over, but
Yeah. I think
But
it's
like,
gonna
I
be.
don't,
I'd also like to see him
it-
at Juve.
but like it
Me
just
too.
One of those two teams.
it just kind of boggles me. Like we've given more hype and promise to like worse players. Like not to bring it up again, but Højlund, for example, coming to the Premier League, a lot of hype around him. João Felix leaving Benfica, a lot of hype around him. This guy is in his prime, gets 70 GA, and everyone's doubting him. I don't get it.
I think it's because of his past, though.
But like,
That's why.
like Mo Salah, bad pass before Liverpool. Kevin De Bruyne, a bad pass before he got to the Wolfsburg and then Man City. Like, who cares? We're talking about now. We're not. Who cares about the past? Now he's a great player.
It's because Prem heads are gonna be like, what did he do in the Prem when he played in the Prem? Nothing.
I don't know if he ever really. I don't know how much he even played.
It doesn't matter.
We're
He
not
played
gonna-
on those teams. Played on Brighton. Played on whatever. They didn't do it there. Whatever. He went to Sporting and is balling out now. So he's not gonna get respect because of his past. He's not gonna get respect till he does it in a top 5 league.
I just think he found his level in Portugal. That's it.
I think that's
Maybe.
too low,
And look,
bro.
maybe there's a chance he does stop. I just genuinely think it's funny that like if you're in Gyokeres' shoes, you get 70 GA. Damn, like people are still down on me. What more could I do? Like, do I have to get 100 GA
Yeah.
to make people respect me?
Do it.
Like,
People are gonna say you were in England before. How come you couldn't do it then?
you can say the same thing about Salah,
Not even
De Bruyne.
10% of his output.
You can say the same thing about so many guys.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be decent. He'll be decent if he goes to the Prem. I'd want to see him go to Arsenal or outside chance maybe Juve.
I'm dreaming of him coming to Barca.
No, what the?
Who do you want to replace Lewandowski? Who?
Joe David.
So Davis coming to Juve.
Promise David.
You're capping
I'll take
over
those
there.
guys.
Would you take him this year, Gyokeres, even though he's not gonna get like starting minutes?
Matthew's first question: how much?
Like yeah, like who
He's
do you
bound-
expect to replace Lewandowski?
care.
Who?
I don't
Matthews
care,
is
bro.
balancing
I don't
the
want
books.
For
Gyokeres,
Barca,
bro.
it makes sense because Barca want to spend like 80 mil on Luis Diaz. With 80 mil, you could
And you guys are mad about
you
Gyokeres
could
for
get
60.
Gyokeres, you could get a goalie for the same price for 80 mil.
You're
You
not
get
wrong.
two class players
I'm
for
not
80 mil instead of getting Diaz for 80 mil.
I don't
I'm
want
not
any of
arguing.
those guys.
I'm not arguing.
Who do you want to replace Lewandowski? Who?
Ansu Fati.
Like
That's
yeah,
a
you don't have a
crazy
name. You don't have a name.
No,
Who?
Who's that other striker you guys have? Pena?
How Victor?
Victor? No.
Like I don't get it. Like
No, did you guys see what Gyokeres used to look like before he got to Sporting though?
Why?
This guy was a stick. Now he's
beefed
like
up.
beefy. He's beefed up. Now he could actually.
He's beefy. Yeah,
He's beefy. He's beefed up.
yeah he's jacked.
He's physical
Say
now.
He's jacked.
Yeah, he's jacked. Like
It's good.
it makes a difference in a player when they're look at Hansi Flick's players.
Yeah.
Like who's that guy that what's his CDM young
Ronaldo.
kid
Casado.
Casado?
Yeah.
Casado. You see how big he is now,
Yeah, he's juiced.
Not really.
bro? He's
he's-
juiced up.
He's
He's
juicier
bigger.
than he
He's
was
not
before.
big, bro.
He's juicier than he was
You
before.
seen before?
Yeah, I'm sure all the players are now.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, think of it, man.
and-
If Gyokeres went to Barca, you'd save money on the juice,
Yeah.
right?
No, but
you
it-
wouldn't have to beef him up. He's already
Him-
beefy.
Him getting that physicality enhances his play style, and this could be why he's bullying the Portuguese league. If you put him in another league that's physical like the Prem, he's gonna thrive.
Barca fans kill me, man. Like around 45 GA from a 38-year-old Lewandowski, somehow not enough. And then Gyokeres, who's on 70 GA to potentially replace him, is not enough. Who? Who do you guys want? Who?
They want Messi back.
Look at Matthews.
Like I don't know. Genuinely, give me a name.
Matthews, give
I
him a
said
name.
Joe David.
No, I told you, I'm fine with Gyokeres for Barca
I don't want him.
with the price that Sporting or
Joe
You should
David
be-
makes more sense. He's free.
Huh?
Joe David's free. What do you mean?
So there's not a striker.
Yeah,
don't need
he's
a
like a
striker,
9.5.
I would say they need
I
a
don't think we need a
striker.
striker.
Imagine Gyokeres with Lamine Yamal service.
Well, I already see Rafinha with that. Get Rafinha and Yamal going forward more.
So
It's a
no
good thing
striker.
This guy's not the gaffer, bro.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Would you guys rather promise
saw- we
David,
saw
Joe
how-
David, or Gyokeres?
We see how Lewa
Gyokeres.
drops a lot too. He's starting to drop more.
Just keep Ferran
That's
Torres,
what Joe
man.
does. Joe David does.
How old's
Yeah.
Ferran Torres?
26.
No, he's like, I think he's at 01.
So younger than
Ferran
Gyokeres?
Torres is an 01?
He's in
Yeah, he's
01
young.
or 2000.
Sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
keep
He's
that
a
guy, man.
2000. Yeah.
Keep that guy, man. What the hell?
He's turned 25.
good.
Or
I like
yeah,
Ferran
He's
Torres.
class.
I like Ferran.
it's
Torres.
good.
He's been good under Flick. Can't complain.
He didn't even get to celebrate the
Barca
trophy.
fans make me laugh,
Nah,
man.
You think? How many goals do you think Ferran Torres would score in
starter?
Liga Nos?
Sporting.
45 J isn't enough for Barca fans.
Okay, can we stop talking about that guy, man? We're talking like half an hour of Gyokeres.
We're talking half an hour about Spurs and Man
How about some
United.
other transfers that are some big ones?
He's a big deal, man. Gyokeres is a
Like?
big deal.
Name
man.
one.
Like Frimpong going to Liverpool.
Whoa!
Florian
Jared,
Wirtz.
baby.
Florian Wirtz going to Liverpool.
Yeah,
Up
dude,
Trent.
Wirtz is a pretty big deal. Realistically, Wirtz might be like one of the biggest transfers in the Premier League like in a while.
Yeah, that's a big signing. Yeah.
It is probably the biggest.
I mean, again, Liverpool also don't sign stars historically.
Yeah.
They usually build players up. They never sign superstars. They're not. They don't draw stars like that usually. So
Yeah.
for them to sign, one of the hottest prospects of the summer, kudos. That means they've really built their PR up.
And he's the best creator in the league now. Now that De Bruyne's out of City.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of bread on him too. So.
Bruno Fernandes is a
Nah.
landscaper.
Could be.
Fisherman, but
Could
Man, I swear some stats in the season he was like most contributions or something. I don't know.
He might be out of the league too, though.
Yeah, but still.
Mm.
Bruno's decent. None of that, but yeah.
I'm not discrediting Bruno. He's a good player.
Yeah,
But-
Liverpool, I'm sure will be strong.
Yeah,
Right.
Ten Hag's gonna have to rebuild with Leverkusen because they lost Todd to Bayern. I don't know. Bayern is Todd gonna be good at Bayern? I don't know.
Better than Kim.
Better than Kim.
Yeah, I think they're selling Kim.
You look stressed
Remember
about
he was
Kim,
the,
man.
he's the
Oh,
best
but
center back in the
Isaac,
world
Yeah.
like 2 years ago?
Would you take Kim at Juve?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
You
he
wouldn't, bro.
Yeah, he would.
Bro,
You wouldn't, bro.
we need him. We need center backs.
You wouldn't take Kim and Jay.
Yeah, he would.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Bro,
Said
we
I
need
approve
center
him.
backs.
You wouldn't take Kim and Jay.
Said
bro.
proven champion.
You see our center backs right now? Shambles.
Lloyd Kelly or Kim and Jay?
Oh, not even. it's not
Probably
even-
Kim, man.
Yeah, not even close.
So you take him? I think he'd be a good fit.
Yeah, I would take him
Maybe.
easily.
Right?
We need him. Bremer, I don't know. Yeah, he should be back next year. I think he's back for
I feel
Club
like this
World
guy's
Cup.
always hurt. Bremer.
Yeah, then Vega doesn't look like it's happening.
So what's the back three? Kelly, Bremer, Gatti?
Damn.
Maybe Savona's
Who's
been
your
good.
goalie?
De Gregorio.
He's
Isn't
good.
he on loan?
No, he's bottom.
He did.
I think they have an obligation to buy
Yeah.
him.
I mean, from what I see here, Madrid are improving. Hoyson, Trent, they're getting their signings.
Yeah.
Liverpool, obviously. Wirtz, Frimpong, Man City, to Johnny Reindeers. And is there anyone else at the moment?
Not yet, but
So
there
they're
probably will be
improving.
more.
They're
Yeah.
strengthening. Arsenal, who?
No one yet.
Gyökeres. It's gonna be probably
Oh,
Gyökeres,
we're
right?
going back to this
And they got
guy.
Zubimendi too.
Zubimendi.
They got Zubimendi.
Solid, but not
Yeah.
necessarily what they need. Like, they got Partey and Rice in the middle of the park.
And Marino is a six. Don't forget.
Naturally, yeah.
And
so-
naturally he's a six.
I think
so.
they're trying to. I think they're gonna slowly get Odegaard out of the starting lineup.
I think they're just assembling a team of six.
Odegaard's not that good,
Bro, Arteta signing basketball players, man. Players above 6 foot only.
but Zubimendi's not that tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'2", I think. Or like 6'1".
No,
Yeah, Zubimendi's like he's sneakily
bro.
tall. I think.
is he? He's like a Yildiz then.
Yeah,
He's like a James.
yeah, he's sneakily tall. You don't know until he stands up straight. You know.
Yeah, like everyone's improving,
got a bit of a
and
hunch.
some teams got to catch up.
Yeah.
Barca's got to make a couple signings,
Yeah.
man. I'm
It's
kind of
probably
upset.
Yeah, Barca's got to catch up. Dortmund's got to catch up. Juve's got to catch up.
United
United's got
gotta
to
wake
catch up. All our teams got to catch up a little bit. But season's still young, right? Transfer season, sorry, is still young. Technically, it hasn't even started.
Season's
yet.
old.
But just some teams are just a little bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
Like
it's also a weird summer because Club World Cup's on the horizon.
I think that's why so many transfers are happening like now.
Well, because
Yeah.
these teams get an advanced window starting June 1st, right? So I think starting June 1st, maybe you see these teams get a little bit more active because like, you're probably going to want a couple of these guys to be there for the Club World Cup. Right.
Yeah, like I heard Real Madrid paid Liverpool $5 million for Trent to be released early.
Yeah.
'Cause technically his contract's done July 1st.
Yeah, yeah.
But got to release
Yeah,
him
you
early.
want to bring them to the tour, right? I think you want to bring your signings there, right? And we'll see how Xabi Alonso does, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna fail, low key.
Matthews is so negative, bro.
Bro,
I love it.
Madrid have no
Yeah, killing
creator,
people.
bro. Cruz left last season. Modric leaving this season.
Mm.
Who's a creative midfielder that Madrid have right now besides Goulet?
Besides, yeah, well, I
And
mean,
he's like what, 19?
he's a youth. He's a youth.
Doesn't have first team playing experience yet at Madrid.
Yeah, but
he's a youth.
with Xabi's playstyle, it doesn't really come from the middle of the creation. It's unless it was Wirtz, obviously, but it was mostly off the fullbacks. I feel like a lot of the game ran through the fullbacks.
So what? Frank Garcia is gonna do the job.
No, it's gonna be through Trent and whoever's the left
I
side
think they're gonna sign Grimaldo, to be honest.
and Grimaldo.
Former Barca player. I don't know if he goes to Madrid.
Dude, he'll follow Xabi anywhere, bro.
I don't think
On
he
his knees
cares.
too, bro. Guy revived his career. He'll follow Xabi anywhere he goes. That guy, 100%.
Yeah. I don't think there's any more rumors, to be honest. Was there any more signings that you guys know of?
It's not even June yet, man.
Not even June, man. Nothing yet. There's a lot of rumors in the works. Where's Osimhen going? Where's
We
this
got
guy
a
going?
summer to talk about transfers, man.
Yeah.
But you know
Early
we don't have a
days.
summer to talk about.
What?
The Champions League final.
I mean, I told you guys I'm not watching. So
Come on, man. But you still got a prediction for us, don't you?
I do, and I'm gonna lock it in right now because I won't be watching. Like I
Guy
told
doesn't
you
love
guys.
football, man. That's crazy.
Well, why don't I watch a PSG Inter final?
Why not?
So
No,
you
I-
gotta-
Champions
you gotta
League
watch-
final.
You gotta watch Sporting, bro. You gotta watch Sporting. Relax.
I have no affiliation to that final.
Like, Liga Noche is done, bro. Relax.
Whoa.
What about the Taca de Portugal?
How does PSG versus Inter affect me?
How does any? Other
I'd rather
game
be at the
affect-
gym like during that time, like actually working on myself.
Nah, you're capping. bro.
Something
How
that'll
often
improve
does
me.
that happen?
Something of value.
How often does that happen, though?
I'll probably be at the gym during Champions League
Bro,
final.
you don't want to watch Ousmane Dembele lift the Champions League.
That'd be pretty sick.
That
Not gonna
is
lie.
sick, bro.
Anyways, I'm waffling a bit, but I'll lock in my prediction. I got PSG winning. I'm gonna say they're always low scoring lately.
You were about to say 3.
I was about to say you saw that. I was
Yeah,
about
I
to say
saw that,
3-1, but I say 1-0. That's usually how they've been lately. 1-0 PSG. I don't care who scores.
Yeah. I'm going to go for
You can't say a draw spot. I know you
No,
always
it's-
like to take the draw.
You can and then convert that to a penalty shootout.
I think it is going to go to extra time. I think it's going to be an Inter goes up 1 and then PSG tie it and then PSG win in either overtime or penalties.
Interesting.
Dude, that would probably be one of the sickest penalty shootouts, though, man. Probably the 2 best goalies in penalty shootouts.
Yeah. Probably
Ooh.
2 of the best goalies in the world right now.
Yeah,
say.
both are definitely top
Ooh.
5.
For me, bro, it's been a season of surprises, a season of droughts, breaking droughts. We've seen a lot of teams come back without years of winning a trophy. Time for PSG to do the same thing.
Is it?
PSG win their first ever Champions League. Calling it, bro.
Damn. I'm going to break the spell a little bit. I think I know I've gone PSG every other time, but this is my final prediction, my final chance to lock it in. I'm going to lock in Inter Milan. They've been on a little bit of a, downward turn, right? They've been lost every other trophy. This is all they got left. I think the boys going to rally together. One last game for Inzaghi at Inter, then I think he goes to Saudi Arabia.
No.
And I think they see that in the Champions League, man. I think they got a plan. I think their players are going to be a little bit more fit now. They got a couple weeks to rest and kind of do it. And I think it's going to be a big game for Marcus Thuram. And I think Barella is still, the best midfielder on the pitch, right? And I think midfielder like that can really take over and win the game. I think it's going to be a battle between him and I think João Neves. Whichever one of those two I think can, take the game.
Not Vitinge?
I think João Neves is a little bit better than Vitinha, to be honest, man. But I'm going Barella. And I'm taking Inter to win.
I don't know, man. I think that Inter team's too demoralized, man. They couldn't win Serie A,
okay,
couldn't win Coppa Italia.
Bro, sometimes, sadness makes you stronger.
They had
Right?
all their cookies in the UCL jar, though.
Yeah. Dude, man. I'm going Inter.
Hey, cookie boys, how about you guys?
Cookie.
Luchadores.
Crazy.
I agree with Matt. I got PSG, man. PSG 3-1.
Damn,
Oh,
high
yeah,
scoring,
yeah.
eh?
I need
Almost
Pacho
scored.
to go off, and I need Inter to lose, man.
You want
Pacho
Pacho to
to
go
go
How
off?
many goals, Pacho? How many
Race?
GA?
Pacho's gonna get 1 goal corner,
Yeah?
but he's gonna defend
Like,
well.
damn, okay. Olympico goal?
Just because I said Pacho doesn't mean I have to score.
He's going to go off, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go off can mean different
Defensive
things.
masterclass?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think they'll be defending much, though.
Yeah, no, Inter will attack. They'll attack until they're up.
Yeah, they won't. I don't think they'll ever go up. To be honest,
I think they're going to score early.
I think they're gonna score. They're gonna go up.
no.
Inter always scores first, and then they
Okay, whoa, things can change, buddy.
Oh.
All right. I got PSG as well.
Damn. No love for Inter here.
Dude, I'm literally transferring my allegiance from Man United to PSG. next year.
Wow. All known for one game?
When your
Unknown.
team does
No,
bad,
full
man.
season.
Full season.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
You know
crazy.
what? I'll allow it. You know what? Dan's been through so much the
I don't
last
care.
like 10 years.
For what?
I'm going to let him go on loan for at least a season.
That's crazy.
He can go longer if he wants.
I want to watch some good football.
Yeah.
And if I can follow a decent side in PSG, I'll tune into
Yeah.
some Premier, to some Liga.
There you go.
I'll keep you guys posted, updated throughout the weeks.
Where are you going to tune in for Liga?
FUBO.
There you go, man.
There's
There you go.
people that follow day in day out Sheffield. And
Okay.
you're giving him a pass.
I am.
That's crazy.
I'm giving him a pass, man.
I'll
You're
still-
not?
I'll still be there
No.
watching.
Fuck.
I have to watch more football. I'm not gonna
Messed
watch
up.
Thursday. I'm not watching Wednesday. I'm not watching Tuesday. I
No,
gotta
but
watch other football.
The thing is, the pass has to be granted by all 5 of us, though.
That's not true.
Yeah, it
My-
can't just be given by one person.
No.
I'm Xing it, bro.
I can do it.
I'm Xing it.
You guys didn't even think about a pass until I mentioned it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, but you
we're
brought it
gonna
up.
give it.
So now we have. We'll.
I already
we'll
gave
vote,
it.
We'll vote on it
I already
later.
gave
We'll
it.
vote
It's
on it
too
later.
long.
But let's.
PSG 3-1.
3-1.
Another
It's gonna
3-1.
be like a 1-1, and then the PSG is gonna.
You think
Wake
Inter
up.
just gonna fall apart like that?
Yeah. Players are gonna start getting injured, dropping out. Like two downs gonna be like my hammy. Ataro's gonna be like my ankle.
Not
Compound V is gonna run out, eh?
Yeah.
Not the hand, hey. Not the hand, yeah. Matthew still thinks they're juicing, huh?
I'm still thinking 3-1. Yeah, PSG man.
All right. So
Let-
you guys want to
let-
make a?
Lifting that title without Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi is gonna be crazy.
It is gonna be crazy.
You think any of them are at the game?
No.
Why would they?
They don't give a shit about them.
You don't think Mbappe's at the game?
If Mbappe's in the game, it's also like a little controversial.
No, I respect it if he goes.
I think Mbappe's at the game.
But how many like former players do we see coming to watch the team that they used to
How
play for
many
in the
former
final?
players got the key to the city? He got the key to the city,
He
man.
probably still has like a little room with his
He's
name
still
on it.
French, like that didn't change.
I
Full
would-
access card.
I think he's at the game.
I respect it. If
I
he
think
does.
we see Dino before we see Mbappe.
I think we
Yeah.
see both, man. Mbappe still, dude. He was at the Grand Prix this weekend, so he's in in Europe still, right?
It's in Monaco, man.
Right.
Next
He
to
just jibs right over to Munich.
Maybe.
You want to make a combined XI?
yeah, guys, let's go combined XI for this Champions League final. Who you guys got for goalkeeper? We got Jan Sommer and Gianluigi Donnarumma.
It's a close one, man. This is a really close one.
It's close, but I think it's obvious though. I think I go Donnarumma.
Donnarumma. It's gonna be Donnarumma.
Yeah, I'll go with him too. I would have said Sommer because of how I saw him perform against my team, but Donnarumma, yeah.
Matthews have nightmares about so much still. You see those luscious locks. Yeah, I'm going Donnarumma as well, but it's close. It's very, very close.
It is close.
Very close.
Yeah,
Donnarumma's
easy Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our goalie. Right backs.
Who we got for right backs? We got
Hakimi,
Hakimi and
Dumfries.
Dumfries. Who do you guys got?
Dumfries had some crazy moments, especially these last few games that Inter played in
So is
the UCL.
Hakimi though.
Him as well too, yeah.
They both. These
They
are
both
probably.
bagged
Yeah,
or like got GA, right?
these are two class right backs right now. This might be one of the harder positions actually. I'm gonna go. I think Dumfries just because he provides on both ends.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good going forward and defending.
I'm gonna go Dumfries because I'm kind of looking ahead. I'm cheating a little bit. I feel like it's gonna be heavily dominated PSG, so I gotta give a little room for Inter. So I'm putting Dumfries.
Yeah.
I'm going
I like
Hakimi.
I like Dumfries.
I'm going Hakimi. I think he's improved a lot defensively, right? Based on what I've seen, right? And you know what? He plays more naturally in that right back position, right? Dumfries is definitely more of a wing back. I think Hakimi can do a shift there, but I think now he's also shown he can defend pretty solidly as well. I'm going to go Hakimi because I think, contrary to what you guys said, I think the rest of the back line might be Inter.
Cool. All right.
I'm
Who do
gonna
you
go with Dumfries.
Damn.
Proper player.
got? Right center back. It's gonna be weird because it's obviously two different formations for these
Yeah.
two
Let's
clubs.
just choose two of the bunch maybe.
Two center backs.
Yeah.
All right,
'cause-
let's go. William Pacho and Acerbi.
Yeah.
William Pacho and Acerbi. Who do you guys got? William Pacho or Acerbi for center back?
It's tough. Both been absolutely class this year. But I think as much as I love Acerbi, I think you go Pacho. Pacho's been next level for this PSG side. I think he kind of makes his PSG side good. So yeah, I got Pacho.
Tough one too, man. I think finals especially are all about moments. And we saw what kind of a moment Acerbi had against Barcelona. Scoring that kind of goal. Striker-like finish. Sometimes that's all you need, right? Games could be scrappy, 0-0. Defenders up there, just goal. Acerbi.
Yeah. So 1-1.
Yeah, I'm going to Cherby as well. I think, experience, he's been playing his whole career for a game like this. Pacho, I think, is still obviously in the very early stages of his career. I think Acerbi, the experience, he's shown that he can still do it even at his age in this Champions League run. Like you said, huge moment against Barcelona. Sometimes that moment carries you, a little bit. I think we saw it last year too with like another old experienced player who was, everyone thought was finished. Hummels had a crazy Champions League run. I think we're seeing a similar thing with Acerbi now this year. I'm gonna go Acerbi.
Brother, I think this back line is pretty much unanimous. Should be done for. Acerbi.
Boom.
And I'm also going to say Bastoni, Nuno Mendes, but carry on.
I don't have my center back because he's scoring goals as a striker. So I don't know why you guys brought that up.
Defended
Well,
well
he
as
can
well,
also
too.
defend.
I don't.
Bro. What are you talking about?
No, but you're saying I agree at an age that Cherby's doing it, but then you can also think the other way. At the age that my boy Pacho's doing it,
Yeah.
first season at PSG,
Yeah.
also voted, I believe, player of the year.
Yeah.
For PSG, first season, like you said, and he's the best player at PSG defensive wise. It's an easy Pacho pick for me. I don't know how you guys are saying a Cherby. That's crazy.
It's not crazy.
We got
It is
it.
crazy.
We're allowed an opinion.
Yeah, and it's bad.
It's
And I'm
not
allowed to
bad.
say that.
I don't know if
That's
it'd
my
be-
opinion to say that.
I don't know. If
Just because he's acting like
Same.
this, I might switch my vote.
Do
Yeah.
it, bro. I don't give a shit.
yeah, I don't know if he'd be picking Pacho if he wasn't Ecuadorian. I'll just
I
say
would.
it.
I don't like.
Not for anything, but he has made that defensive line stronger than last season. They brought in a
100%.
player like Beraldo, a
He's
bunch of other teammates that
It's his
against
first
Marquinhos.
season.
He's also made Marquinhos a little bit better, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's back.
It's first season. Crazy.
All right, who do you guys got with the other center back? We have
Bastoni.
Marquinhos and Bastoni.
Bastoni, and if you choose otherwise, I'll say it again. It's Bastoni, and if you choose otherwise, you don't have a say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, easily Bastoni for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bastoni to Marquinhos. He has been solid this year. I think a little bit of a redemption season for him. But I think Bastoni takes this one.
Yeah. What about you, Jay?
Bastoni easily. Marquinhos is due for a blunder. I think he might be the reason PSG potentially don't win. I still have PSG, but if they don't win, it's because of him. He's going to have a blunder.
Damn.
Yeah, Bastoni, man. If you don't think Bastoni, you have no ball knowledge.
Left back. Left back, we have Nunmensch and Di Marco. Who do you guys got?
I think it's close, but Nunmensch this year he's been different. Like he took one step above the rest at that left back position, and I think he's locked it for me.
Yeah, I agree. Not much more that could be said. DiMarco, obviously a great player. But Nunmensch, what he's done this season, definitely like top 3 in the world, you could say, in his position.
Probably number 1, realistically. But yeah, I'm going Nunmensch as well. I think he's been fit, right? DiMarco hasn't been fit, been dealing with injuries overall. So I think when you have that player who's consistently been at the top of his game for longer, better chance he performs well in the final. Give me Nunmensch.
Give me Nuno Mendes, Portuguese excellence.
Nunmensch, easy. Done.
Okay.
Easy done.
So what are we running here?
We
A
got
4-3-3,
3
man.
midfielders in.
Okay.
Up first, Barella and Ruiz Diaz. Not Ruiz Diaz,
Ruiz.
sorry.
Fabian Ruiz.
Fabian Ruiz and Barella. What do you guys got?
Easy.
It's a close one, man. Fabian Ruiz this year has been, excellent
been
player,
excellent.
some big goals, but I think Barella's been better. I think Barella is the best midfielder on the pitch in this game, so I'm going Barella.
Yeah, Barella easily one of the best midfielders in his league. I don't know if I could say the same about Fabian Ruiz, and we've seen the type of player Barella is. Obviously, Fabian Ruiz had a great season, but for this type of matchup, give me Barella.
I don't got anything to say. Barella. That's it.
Barella is better than your favorite midfielder. Give me Barella.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with Barella as well. Dave?
Barella.
Boom.
All right, up next, we got Çalhanoğlu and Vitinha. What do you guys got?
That's tough. This is a tough one.
Vitinha.
Damn, I don't even know. This is tough.
Vitinha's been unreal this year.
Yeah,
man.
but so has Çalhanoğlu. Like
he
he's
has.
so
but
underrated.
I don't know, man. I think in CL2, Vitinha's been pretty solid as well, man. And what he's doing at his young age, carrying it along with another PSG midfielder.
So you're going Vitinch?
Yeah.
I might go Çalhanoğlu, but it could go either way.
Yeah.
James?
I said Vitinha. I said
Oh.
first, yeah.
Vitinha, man, he's dominating the midfield in Europe, and I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world.
It's gotta be Vitinha, 100%.
Yeah, Vitinha. Up next, we got Mkhitaryan and João Neves. Who you guys got?
Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Mkhitaryan, he's old. Oh, no one cares about him anymore." But this guy's still dominant in the center side. Yet, I picked Neves.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, shout out João Neves. Tucked in kit merchant. We love to see it, and he's a class player as well too.
Mkhitaryan, receding hairline, but not enough. Give me João Neves.
Spatty, I don't know who the hell is saying what you just said because I do think Vitinha.
You don't even know what the hell you're
Mkhitaryan is a great player, so I don't know what you're saying about that.
I didn't say no one said that.
You just said everyone was gonna think that.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember.
You legit said
Hey,
that.
just say your pick.
But besides that, I'm going with Neves.
Neves. All right. Now for the attackers. How are we gonna shape this up, boys? We got Martinez and Thuram for Inter.
I would put Thuram as like a winger, as one of the wingers.
Who's the other player?
See, now this is good.
Because I was thinking Dumfries. I was thinking, sorry, DiMarco can be like a left winger role.
Yeah, we could maybe play. I don't know, just throw in like Taremi or something.
No.
Realistically speaking, whoever it is not going to get in over PSG.
Yeah, just throw in Cavada at left wing because he's got that locked, and use Thuram as the right wing.
Yeah.
Just say left wing. We're giving it to Cavada.
Yeah, left wing. Left left wing. We don't have any options here for Inter, so I don't think any Inter's left wingers would beat Kvaratskhelia. So we're giving it to Kvaratskhelia.
That's
yeah,
it.
no one's beating him.
Easily one of the best players coming into the squad this season. Up top, we got Ousmane Dembele and Lautaro Martinez. Who do you guys got for that one?
Oh man,
As
this is probably the hardest one yet.
it's not that hard because one's a Ballon d'Or contender, one's not really.
Facts.
Doesn't matter, man.
It does.
Doesn't matter for a final, man.
But this is our best side. If you had a game tomorrow, you're choosing Dembele.
Might not, man. Might not. But I will.
I'm choosing Dembele.
Yeah.
As good as Lautaro is, I'm taking Dembele. Dembouz.
It's tough because I've seen Dembele bottle a big chance in the Champions League against Liverpool, but his redemption has been remarkable. So I'm taking him low key, bro.
It's got to be Dembele. For me, one of the top 3 most talented footballers in the world, and maybe top 10 most talented ever.
Damn.
One's about. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong with this guy, bro?
Excuse me?
Sorry.
Hairball.
One's a Ballon d'Or candidate. One's not. So it's got to be Dembele.
Boom.
I'm saying Dembele too.
I was just thinking, if Inter win, Lautaro might be a Ballon
No,
d'Or.
he's not.
Nah, he's not.
Relax.
Man,
he won anything else.
He couldn't do it when he won the Copa America and the league and top goal scorer.
Yeah,
Facts.
He's not a
All of that.
He also isn't.
He's just not.
And last but very not least, we have. I'm saying Due. I think Due's gonna start.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go Due and Thuram. Who do you guys got?
Do it.
I think Due is really just raw talent. Like, he's disgusting on the ball. But I still think Thuram is the better player. He'll probably win you a game more likely than Due would. It's tough. I'm gonna go Thuram though.
It's tough, man. Like I like Thuram as a player. Great performance in the semifinals against Barcelona, but Due's idol is Neymar, so I gotta go with him.
I'm going Doué as well. I'm going Doué.
As much as I'm an eye test wizard, I love Due, but I gotta go with Thuram.
Too much skill, too much pace, too much beauty. It's got to be Due.
Beauty?
Beauty?
What talking about?
Yeah, what
Beauty on
the?
the ball.
Thuram's quicker, probably.
And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he's-
go with Due as well. And to very last pick here, we have Luis Enrique or Inzaghi. Who was the
Inzaghi.
better gaffer this season, boys?
Oh, this season.
Give me Enrique.
I'm still taking Inzaghi, even though he hasn't won anything. He's literally won far in everything with a much cheaper team. I got Inzaghi.
Man, give me Lucho. People saying, oh, he could only do it with MSN. He's going to prove the haters wrong by giving PSG their first Champions League.
Inzaghi has brought the Nerazzurri back from its ashes, but I have to go with Lucho, treble winner, and PSG are balling.
Farmers League. What? I guess this is not the Farmers League anymore. It's got to be Luis Enrique. I do agree. I love me and Inzaghi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you?
Which
Yeah,
one?
dude.
Which one?
The gaffer of Inter.
What's
his
his
first
name?
But I'm going to go with Luis Enrique.
That's crazy. Duck in the first name is crazy.
I got Enrique as well. Great season with PSG, and gonna bring him the first Champions League trophy.
Fuck those.
Champions League
That's 11.
trophy, first for PSG. Luis Enrique. Let's get it.
All right. I think that's it for today.
Before we end off, I just want to go.
With Inzaghi's first name?
What is it, bro? What
Just
is
take
Um,
a guess. It's one of two. You have 50%.
Yeah, you have a 50% chance, bro.
I want to go through our predictions of our 24-25 season winners.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Just to look back to see who we chose and if who was more right,
Who's closest?
who was the closest. So
You
we'll
have
start
those
off,
on you like
We'll
that?
start off with Mateuzinho. Matthews had Arsenal winning the Premier League,
Damn.
Real Madrid winning La Liga,
Game second.
Inter winning Serie
Game
A,
second.
0 for 3, Bayern winning Bundesliga,
Okay,
which
there
is
you go.
pretty
Alright.
obvious,
You got one.
Got one.
and PSG winning.
Yeah,
Liga.
that's not bad.
Two.
Okay.
So
2 for 5.
5.
That might be better than the rest of us.
I don't
2 for
think
5
so.
in 3 seconds.
Now Christopher Spadafora
Okay. let's get
had
some
Arsenal winning the league,
Second.
Atletico Madrid winning La Liga,
Third.
That's
I
crazy.
think I had Leverkusen too.
Inter winning the Serie
I
A,
might not get one.
Bayern Leverkusen winning
Yeah.
Bundesliga, but he did have PSG winning.
Yes.
Damn.
Duh.
1 for 5.
It's not bad.
Daniel had Arsenal winning the Premier League,
Yeah, at least wasn't United.
Real Madrid winning La Liga,
Mm.
Inter winning Serie A, Bayern Leverkusen winning Bundesliga, and Marseille winning Ligue 1.
Damn.
0 for 5.
They were close, man.
I
Big
think-
ol'
I think I
ball
might go for-
knowledge.
You guys got no ball knowledge.
Zero
man.
ball knowledge.
All you guys.
You're the top right now. See,
All
I
my
told you
teams
2
came in
for 5 is
second.
not
Like,
bad,
what do you want
though.
from me?
2 for 5 is not bad.
I had Arsenal winning the league.
Damn.
You had
A lot of
Barca.
Arsenal love.
I had Barca winning La Liga
That's-
because I believed in my boys.
That's blind delusion, but go on.
This is blind delusion. I had AC Milan winning Serie A,
Damn.
That's interesting.
but I had Bayern winning Bundesliga,
Okay.
and I had, unfortunately, Lille winning Liga.
Damn.
So
You had
2
what?
for 5.
2. That's not
Tied,
bad.
bro.
That's
tied.
shocking.
Yeah.
James,
Oh no.
Manchester City winning the Prem.
I tried.
You had Barca winning La Liga, but this is the craziest pick
Juve.
out of all.
I think I had Juve winning the league.
Dortmund.
Roma winning Serie A.
Damn. Roma.
Crazy. Dortmund winning Bundesliga.
Oh my
Top
God.
4.
But he did have League on PSG.
Oh, so after all that, I still finished second.
Yeah,
2 for
2 or
5.
3.
2
Not
for
bad.
5. And last but not least, Jayzinho.
Yeah.
Manchester City winning Premier League.
Uh-huh.
Barca winning La Liga.
Oof.
AC Milan winning Serie A.
I did, yeah.
Bayern winning Bundesliga. And last but not least, PSG winning Liga.
Ah, so you had
3 for 5.
3 for 5.
But 2 of those shouldn't count.
Why?
Last 2 shouldn't count.
You guys didn't
We
pick
didn't
it.
pick it. I didn't pick it.
What do you mean? PSG?
I picked the Lille.
Who did I pick?
You picked PSG.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It should count.
I guess I won. Ball knowledge.
There you go, guys.
Well done.
End it off.
But guys, thank you for tuning in. It was a fantastic season. So many great memories. It's going to come to its climax this weekend. I'm excited. Like I said, I might tune in. I still got to think about it, but it'll be a fantastic final nonetheless. You know, a team who hasn't won in a while or a team that has never won the Champions League will win. Plus, we'll also see potentially and Anthony vengeance by winning the Conference League, as well as maybe Chelsea, Cole Palmer lifting a European title. So should be fun. I'm excited. And then we lead right into some incredible international games, Nations League, the Canadian Shield here in Toronto should be a hoot, as well as FIFA Club World Cup, man, the best competition on earth. Man, it's the first time it's coming to the United States. We have so many great teams. The finals being played in New York City. It's going to be incredible, man. All the games will be streaming on an incredible network that you guys will hear about soon. So thanks for tuning in. And any last words, fellas?
The culture, man.
We the culture, baby. Ciao, ciao.
Los luchadores del norte.